And welcome to the Freakquency
and Friends
Podcast
with you boys.
And we've got another one for you, but it's going to be a short cast. It's going to be all over the place. We're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about, just random topics. Each one of us is going to have a random topic. We're just going to talk about it for 30 minutes.
Shit! Oh, I can do that.
It'll be no 30 minutes though.
30-some minutes, 30, whatever. I'll keep track of it and keep track of the time.
Anything we want to talk about? Because
You gotta leave.
y'all might look at me differently. I'm just saying.
It's we're friends with Matt, so
I mean, you got a point.
First we gotta tell who the Frequency,
who's
The Freakquency Podcast is. We've got Josh over here, my cousin. We've got myself, JFK, and Matt Jackson. We've got Joe motherfucking Cool
And
Duddits.
Who is?
And James has just got here, so we'll add
Our
James
friend
into the
JP.
podcast. This is a random cast. It is all random things we're going to talk about. Each one of us is going to have something we want to talk about. Just talk about it for a little bit.
Got
And we'll try to
Lego Batman.
Yeah, Lego Batman. Any type of topic we want to right now. It's a random cast. Has nothing to do with movies. It can be something that's on this table. It doesn't matter what it is.
Wait, why don't we talk about the things that are on the table?
It's an octagon table. Let's start with that.
Yeah, it's glass.
Octagon
It's got little leaves in the glass.
We've got cell phones on them. We've got Orion vapes. We've got
energy drinks.
Bowls and bongs.
Yeah.
We got 2 bongs on the table.
Bowls
We got bowls and
cups. Oh my!
vapes that are nasty as fuck and need to
Welcome.
turn the fuck away.
What's
What
up,
is
dude?
James? And we are podcasting as we are talking. We are doing a random
James walked
cast. It's a random podcast where everybody's going to talk about something different. And it's going to be a different topic each way we go.
Yeah,
But let me introduce you to my cousin Josh.
What up?
This is Josh.
James.
What's up?
I'm Duddits. Yep.
That's Joe Cole. And
What's up, bro?
And we are the podcast of the Frequency.
The cast of the pods.
The Frequency and Friends.
The Frequencies of Friends
And
podcast
Friends.
with electrical
Friends.
stuff and
Electric
like that stuff. Anyway, we know that we have to like and subscribe, share, and comment.
Don't forget,
Yeah,
tell us what you want us to talk about.
You can put it there, it'd be fine.
Not that we will.
I mean,
Give us a topic.
What?
he's not going to be reading them, but I will.
What are we gonna look at you differently for?
So for one, I've got a couple of nicknames.
Okay. Can we guess them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
we got Ginger.
Oh, yeah.
I
mean,
Carrot Top.
yeah.
Yep.
Carrot
No, that's the only two I can think of right now.
Big Red.
Oh, Big Red.
Well, there was a lot of
Big
Joshes.
Red, we did that growing up. Yeah.
There was a lot of Joshes in my school, so they just called me Buff. And then the boys in the club that I'm in call me Dongo. So
Dongo.
Yeah, that's a good story.
From?
Let's think Dongo.
Yeah, so how I got the Dongo name was I was
Were you in the locker room?
I was trying to get into this club, this drinking club, and they were like, man, we need to make sure that you're
This
a
is
man.
the topic. Nicknames.
So you need to send a dick pic. So I'm like, okay.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, so
This
they're
club?
it's a drinking club that I'm a part of, and so they're like, bro, we're none of us, we used to do dental records, but none of us are dentists to make sure you're a man.
Wait, well,
So we need a dick pic.
with the dentist, what does our teeth have to do with making sure?
That was just what they told me. So I was like, okay, bet. So I went to the bathroom.
Wait, that
at
was your
work.
penis that I got?
Was it a half mask? Because I told all of them it was a half mask because they was in memorial of them losing their manhood.
Oh.
They're cold.
So they started calling me Dongo. I didn't even know they were calling me Dongo until the first meetup. They're all like, Dongo! And I'm like,
what?
Who's Dongo? And they're like, you, bro. And I'm like,
Because you actually said your
yeah, and I was the first dude that they have they asked every dude, and I'm the first one actually sent it.
Well, apparently
and it wasn't even a good one. That was it was like a half a chub. It was just like enough to see it kind of a thing. They're like Dongo. I was like, all right, bet.
I can go with that.
Yeah,
that's crazy as hell, cuz.
All right,
wait, so is that the one that we are going to be judging you by?
No, I'm a flat earther.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a flat earther.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
Okay. No. So Matt, we're talking about your nicknames.
Let's go. Let's get off that.
Oh.
Okay. No, I want to know why. Why are you flat earther?
Right.
Try to convince me.
Okay. So, think about this. Okay. I'm gonna use math.
Want one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Which one do you
Okay.
want?
First off, I'm
Yeah.
terrible at math.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. Surprise me. I like Voodoo Ranger. What's the fruity one? Don't they got a fruity one in that one?
There's a juicy.
Yeah,
horse,
hand me the-
and there's a juicy.
I mean,
haze.
Joe Cool's
Have
pretty
you tried
fruity.
the orange one?
No.
This is slightly.
So if the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, okay, what happens when you spin a ball really, really fast? You have centrifugal force, right? That centrifugal force is either going to pull you or push you. Yeah, here we are. Okay? So if we're on a ball, if you have a tennis ball in your hands, there's a bottom. If there's a bottom, that means you'd be upside down. The people in Chile aren't upside down. Why is it that we can't go to Antarctica? 30 countries have a treaty that only scientists and tourists are allowed in only certain parts. Why?
I gotta try that.
Because there's a secret layer.
Okay, so if the Earth is moving at 66,000 miles an hour through space, and the moon's only traveling at about 2,200 miles an hour, how does the moon get in front of Earth?
Your slaughter piece, 'cause I need it.
Does it just like all of a fucking sudden get like a fucking rocket attached to it and it comes around? No, it's impossible.
And Matt, you're related to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And something else too. So water always goes level. Water never. You can't put water on a curve. It just doesn't work.
Well,
So-
how do you... Go ahead.
Oh,
If we
yeah, there
were
we go.
flat,
Yeah.
then you could see all the way to London from the
With the
beach.
telescope. Yeah.
With a telescope, you can.
Yeah. Well, you can.
Well,
Have
you
you
probably
done it?
can.
You definitely can.
You can. If you point a telescope in the right way, you can.
Well, this is also coming from the man who sent dick pics.
I also don't believe that we went to the moon. So
I don't believe we went to the moon either.
I mean, think about it.
You know, I'm like in the line of thought of like I
We
don't
only
have
we
an
only did that to
absolute-
bankrupt the Soviet
No one
Union.
really knows. We're just
Guess
believe
we're
what
just
we're
here.
told. But you could be right.
But here's my question.
So,
Out of all the major countries in the world, we're the only ones that plant our flag on that damn thing.
That's true.
The Chinese,
Russia did it.
no.
No. Well, we got there first.
The China, yeah, but Russia hasn't. And China
Well, I mean,
went
it's
to
Russia.
the moon.
I mean, Russia keeps
but-
everything from us.
But the footage from 2013 of them going to the moon looks like it was shot in somebody's fucking basement. And,
Ooh,
and
we
if
could do
you
that.
if you do science alone, the radiation would completely ruin the film. So you wouldn't be able to take any pictures. And if you have a light source, if you're out in space, there's nothing keeping the sun and the light, right? But yet there's dark spots in that picture of the rover. How? How is there dark spots in the picture? There wouldn't be. It would be so bright you wouldn't be able to see nothing but the light. They got Stanley Kubrick to do that shit, man.
yeah.
If the government's going to lie to us about what they put in the tap water, why wouldn't they lie to us about what else they do? Does the government ever tell us the truth about anything?
I wouldn't
No.
think so.
But everybody
One thing-
spoon feeds that we went to the moon?
One thing about space and the shape of the planet is like all those theories and scientific findings like supersede our government. You know, like 1400.
And NASA is owned by the government?
Copernicus and like Isaac Newton. They're all
Okay, and all
before
those.
our
Okay,
government.
and just think about this.
I'll try to give everybody
Just
like
think about this.
a minute.
So Pythagoras, right? Some of the old school dudes from Greek, right? From Greek times,
Yeah.
where all of our math
They're
is
next
based
anyway.
off of,
They're
right?
next anyway.
Calculated the exact, almost to the
Just in
exact
case
size,
you're
Our math is
during
like
it.
actually,
of the Earth.
Arabic.
Yeah.
and they
Okay.
believed
Yeah,
that it
you
was
want-
flat.
Yeah.
So how do you have math? It doesn't math. You cannot base all of our math off of people that believe that the Earth was flat, because nobody thought that the Earth wasn't flat until the 20s, and it wasn't put into the textbooks until the 50s. And another thing is, you never see a camera that goes around
That's just not
the planet. Think about it. Have you ever seen a time lapse of a camera that goes all the way around the world? No. Every time you see it, it's always at an angle or it's right above. It's all fake.
Yeah.
I mean, they just captured a fucking mouse on the outside of SpaceX.
I saw that.
How would a mouse survive that? And if you look at our suits,
Am I the only one hitting
all of our
No,
astronaut
it is.
suits are made with cotton.
That's just one.
You mean to
Sure
tell me
is.
you got to have
That's
nearly a
nice.
foot of glass to go out into space, but yeah, you can wear cotton?
Well, then you can have it.
Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
We are very open in this podcast.
That's a bad case of
definitely
clap.
open
That
to
was-
everything. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
wrap that up.
That's a bad case of the clap. That's
Oh.
what Cotton Eye Joe's about.
We're gonna wrap that
Oh,
discussion up
a long time now.
and move on to Duddist. We're gonna move on to Duddist.
So that's my thing.
That's his thing.
Y'all go on. Hey.
We're gonna do 10 minutes, everybody. So
Well, I don't know
go ahead
if
and start your
okay, so my
Your argument's pretty
because it
my
starts
thing,
now
Since
anyway.
we did flat Earth,
Yeah.
mine is people and dinosaurs could exist at one point.
Yes. Oh my God, they did.
I don't
Yes,
believe
they
I don't
did.
believe they're real either.
I
believe
know they
We
did.
don't believe they're real.
No. Cause okay, like if you
I
I
believe
believe
they
they
were.
coexist.
if you were to
They
take
coexist, they were
so
real.
so you mean to tell me that if you dug up a cat, okay, without knowing what a cat looked like, would you actually be able to know what that cat looked like? No.
No, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, and now they're starting to believe that raptors and like velociraptors were actually more closely
Turkeys.
related to birds.
Turkeys.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. They had feathers
I
and
mean, that's
stuff.
not.
But yeah, they have.
that's not
But yet
new
they have
information.
skin.
Well, what I was saying was that
I'm just saying.
people and
Yeah, all
dinosaurs.
birds are the closest relatives to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You
But I'm
can-
just saying, how do you dig up? How do you
can
dig
look
up?
at- You can look at.
But how do you
genetic-
dig up fossils and dig up bones and know what something looks like?
They don't. It's an artist's depiction. You know, like.
Yeah.
So how do you know
It'd
we're
be a-
not
it'd be a
wrong? How do you know
hippo.
they
Oh,
didn't pull it out of our ass?
Yeah, we may
Well,
be
it
wrong,
definitely
but it's
could've.
still this giant ass
Dinosaurs
fucking
and
creature
humans.
that lived
Yes.
on Earth. You know?
Exactly, they
We
did.
could be
There's
wrong about
hieroglyphs
the
of it. There's
exact
All right. So
hieroglyphs.
what's your proof?
There's hieroglyphs of it.
What's your how do
Well,
you
what proof?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
hieroglyphs of it.
Yeah, there's
Of the
hieroglyphs.
dinosaurs in their skin.
Sure.
They are. They are.
No, they're
I don't
Look
think
'em up.
he knows.
No, those are
The hieroglyphs, there are
the
all
hieroglyph- yeah,
depictions
that's
on
up-
there that's
there's-
carved in
there's
there
been-
of dinosaurs.
there's
way
been-
too, that's
Let me try
way
that.
too early though.
But
There's been
I don't care. It's still hieroglyphs
Let me tell you what
of
it is, though.
dinosaurs and
There's
people
a-
coexisting,
there are,
knowing what they
like-
look like in their skin
No,
before we even get
we-
paint or draw
We do
on
pictures,
paper.
We do pictures and movies and stuff.
And then
about what
cavemen
the-
were a real
what the
thing. I was just thinking about this in
bones
my
look like
head
based
the
off
other
of
day.
art.
There's been archaeologists that
Egyptians did the
found
same
like
thing.
pots
Yeah.
and stuff that have like I like to call them long necks. What are they called?
Brontosauruses,
Brontosaurus?
Brontosauruses,
Brontosaurus,
Brontosaurus.
yeah.
On them with people. So it's like, how would they know what that was
Okay.
unless they've seen it before?
Yeah,
Cave
exactly.
paintings and
Exactly.
The
pottery.
word
Exactly. All stuff that
dinosaur
dates back before we were
Didn't
even
come
born.
around until like 18 something.
Yeah, the late 1800s.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But in the Bible, they talk about dragon. Well, it's not just Bible, but
Right,
they
right,
talk
right,
about
yeah,
dragon.
yeah.
So what
Yeah.
if they talk
A
Ancient
about
dinosaur.
scripts.
A dragon is a dinosaur.
So what was a dragon? A dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
So that's my thing.
Essentially. I mean,
So-
essentially.
They
There was
talk
like-
about Leviathan, which would have been a dinosaur.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
like a
some-
It's like
megalodon
this
type of
giant
deal. Yeah.
mythological
thing.
creatures are like.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like a dragon is like.
It'd be close
So
to a
much more
reptile
lore
than
about
it would be a
dragons.
dinosaur.
But the lore had to come from
So,
somewhere.
well, here's the thing, though.
I think
They
a dragon in its form is probably. I would like to believe in it. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, well
If
that's
you-
what I'm saying. Is
Like you could take one of these
we would probably
dragons
talk-
and maybe some of the wings that were
Oh, all right,
by
so here's
were its
some
wings.
So think about this, right?
They had to have.
So
They
a
had to.
dragon,
We're
right?
coexisting with dinosaurs.
So a dragon is like
Alligator.
a giga chad of a
Alligators,
bird, right?
crocodiles, they're all
Right?
dinosaurs.
and stuff.
So like
All this animals.
All
Yeah.
that shit.
so like a dragon is like a giga chad of a bird, right? Birds eat rocks.
Yeah.
So how do we know that
Oh wow, never thought that.
Yeah, so
I know
how
where
do
you're
we
going with that.
know that? How do we not know that the birds ate flint, and they just the friction of it being upchucked caused, and you have methane in your body. You have
Yeah,
types of
that
flammable
is
gas in
true.
your
Damn,
body.
I was thinking about this too.
How do you
I just
not?
didn't
How do you
about
not
the
know that they
words.
just didn't learn to burp it up and have fire as a
knock 'em
defense
out.
mechanism?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
I mean, it comes out of our ass. It just happens to come out of their mouth.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Didn't we talk about that?
Because there was actually a
Yeah,
show.
I think so. Yeah.
What was the dude's name that did the
So
like
you
in the
believe
big?
in dragons and dinosaurs, but you don't
Sorta.
believe that dinosaurs and humans coexist.
Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast where the guy talks. He was a lot better in depth about how dinosaurs weren't really real. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things. But I mean, if there's clay pots,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Then
I mean,
hieroglyphs
just like-
off
just
of-
like-
hieroglyphs too, or
It's
what?
like
They might
found
not be
a
hieroglyphs.
painting from the
technically word, but
1500s
they're
of
glyphs.
Germany,
There's something glyphs.
where there's spaceships
I can't.
above a German town,
There's
and they're
another
like putting fire down and shit. So we don't know what the fuck happened
Yeah.
600 years ago.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
technically. No, hell no.
Right.
No.
Well, I mean, freaking government, like you said, the government doesn't
Lies
tell the
about
truth,
everything.
and they want to lie about.
History.
Our history,
Doctor.
our history's
I mean,
wide.
I mean, we're brainwashed just like anybody
Yeah.
else,
Like,
in any
we were
country.
taught
and
how
so
great
Yeah.
Columbus was, and he was a complete asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, he wiped out a whole civilization with
Well, the
gonorrhea.
Spanish conquistadors did the same thing when they brought like smallpox and shit over.
Yeah, so it's like we were taught.
And then the Aztecs just disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna. Well, yeah.
That's
but
some
like,
weird shit too.
we were taught celebrate Columbus Day, and
Yeah.
which one thing he didn't. He
didn't
found
even-
America, not. He found not the United States.
Well, the Vikings were here first.
Well, yeah,
but-
true.
And
And they were
Indians.
probably outdated the Indians.
Did they really?
Well, the Indians are
Yeah.
technically just northern Mexicans.
Well,
Well-
damn, thank you.
Well, I mean,
You're welcome.
they came through on the ice
came
bridge and
across,
came
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like you have people that are dark skinned.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying. And back then, most of America was kind of Mexico. So
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean,
makes sense.
it's all kind of connected.
Like pretty much anything like west of Texas to California was pretty much Mexico. So I mean,
Well,
it makes
I
sense.
guess it depends on what you think of it as a human in that argument. In your argument about
as
whether
a
humans,
What is a human?
humans,
What is a human?
yeah.
That's a whole
So
nother thing.
All in essence.
an argument about whether dinosaurs and humans coexisted.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
You have to think about what constitutes a human. Is
Right.
it the final evolved form that we are now,
Oh,
Okay.
well,
or is it Neanderthal?
well, yeah.
Is it something like that?
Well,
And then human
Well,
would be a
I would
variable
say
term.
it would be the human.
I would say it
As
would
you
be
know.
the victor.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, the victors are the ones that write history. So
Yeah.
We're moving on here.
usually the losers never write history. So I
where
would
they're
I,
at?
I would think we would be the end product. Us
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be human. Everything
Yeah.
else would be subhuman because they weren't like you have Homo erectus and then you have Homo sapien and then you have Homo sapien.
Yeah, homosexual.
Right. And then you have Homo erectus, which, you know, I'm just saying. They were gay back then too. You know, so like I'm just, you know. But it's a good point because
There's a lot more in there. But
yeah, there's like 20 different
Yeah.
subtypes of humans.
Right.
Yep, definitely.
But the ones.
We're looking at Bigfoot right here. Bigfoot is beside us.
It's because you have a big foot.
Yeah, it's because we have a big
not
foot.
exactly. I mean, it's something that I got just named.
Oh,
Big
another
foot.
big
He's
foot.
got a
okay.
big foot, you know.
Yeah.
He wears
That's
like
a
14.
whole different
You do
story.
too.
I wear 14s.
He wears a 14, so he's got you beat by.
But he's also called kangaroo, so.
I do wear
Kangaroo.
Well, whatever it was.
Dongaroo.
Dongo.
Dongo.
And honestly, it goes with a joke with Mongo. So if you've ever watched Blazing Saddles, Mongo is kind of like it's like a deviation of Mongo. Because I'm kind of stupid. I mean, I did send a dick pic to like 30 dudes I didn't know. But hey,
You did any back.
no, unfortunately I didn't.
See, out of 30 guys, you didn't get one back.
I know,
That's
like,
terrible.
what happened to give and take? Like,
Right?
if I I'll show you mine if you show me yours, and I showed them, and nobody kept their end of the deal up. Like, the fuck, bro? I'm just standing here with my dick in my hand. What?
Damn it, you can tell.
Fucking
family.
A. Oh, yeah.
So
I have no shame in my game.
I don't either. Do you have
All gas
anything
and no
else you want to
brakes.
say about the dinosaurs and the humans?
That's a good point, though. I think what you've talked about is definitely something for me to think about.
A lot of different.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
hurt yourself, though.
Well,
Yeah, definitely don't
the
hurt
lights
yourself.
might dim.
So then, if the final evolved form is human, of human is us,
Yeah.
then
Well, but you
that
also
makes
think,
the argument more questionable to me.
2 minutes or a minute and something.
Like, because we're still on that topic
No,
for the
2
next
minutes
2
or
minutes.
something. 2 minutes
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
But see, well, also, but
That makes
they-
it more questionable.
caveman, but because cavemen,
Because
were the
cavemen
ones
could have painted
painted
those
this-
pottery.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
Well, it was.
there?
Well, they would have to learn
Well,
how to make pottery.
Well, you
Well,
had-
you're right. They could have painted on the
Well,
wall. I mean, that was
at
a
that,
form
but
of
you have to
communication.
know the
Definitely.
subspecies at that time.
Yeah.
So
They could have taken that old
or
pottery
the
and taken those cave
Exactly.
paintings.
What would you
looked at
call
the cave
that?
paintings
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
made the
that's-
pottery.
Would it be
as the cave
subspecies?
Yeah.
What do they call that? Like
Playing the devil's advocate.
Pre-human.
not subhuman? Mm-hmm.
No, something else.
Words aren't my
I was just
forte.
trying to say like ancient people.
Yeah, okay.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
Ancient
Yeah,
civilizations.
But yeah,
were
so that's how.
mankind.
That's yeah. So I believe in people and dinosaurs codes. And
They
That's
say
cool.
they say
they're just.
I've
they're
never even
extinct.
questioned it
the
until
time
now
the
because
time
Yeah.
like,
people actually humanoids is like
Don't talk to
300,000
trees.
years.
Right.
60,000 is more like
That was a very big argument we have on.
she doesn't.
estimate.
Right.
Yeah. So those people
about her belief.
wouldn't
I never had any
would not have walked with dinosaurs, even if you take the 300,000 and stretch it out to like
But
times
if you wanna go
10.
biblically,
Right.
Yeah.
There's a guy. that-
But at the same time, though, we're doing carbon dating, and they've found that carbon dating isn't exactly exact. It's not always exact. So it's one of those things where, I mean, like most things like are theories to an example, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, most of science is theories. So
If going into it, they're testing the soil, and they know it's not the most accurate, they might know some way to adjust it and give a better
a better guesstimation. Yeah.
estimation.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
I
that.
think I believe in like the time frames and stuff pulled out of the ground. 'Cause you can't get like test it all around different estimates and like find like a median
Yeah.
all around the area. The layers of soil where fossils are found are like perfectly tipped on top of each other.
It's just the best guess that makes the most
sense. You
sense.
need very good conditions to find.
I think the world's been recycling itself
because
for
the bones
forever.
will break down if it's not like a dry enough substrate.
There's so many civilizations that's already been before.
I guess it's,
They've all been destroyed and rebuilt and
what's
all
your
that. So
topic?
what is your topic
My
next?
topic.
Joe Cool's
Okay.
topic is next.
So I have often on our podcast, on the High as Fuck podcast, talked about the importance of community.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm
yeah.
realizing it everywhere, like in my life now, the importance of community. So we have we talk about wrestling a lot on the High as Fuck
I
podcast.
think they're obsessed.
Yeah, he has been for 35 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Going on 36.
we
35.
talk about the
35
wrestling
this year.
community and how the wrestling community brings that thing.
Yeah. Brings us
For some
together,
people.
Yeah, it's a
connects us.
commonality.
The marijuana community brings that for some people.
Yep.
Right.
Family
Yep.
brings that for some people.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adopted family
Yep.
brings that
Yeah.
for some people.
What's up,
Like
man?
Teresa doesn't have direct
Yeah,
family.
you want to bring him down here?
No, yeah, she doesn't. I
So-
haven't really thought about that since.
Oh.
Community brought
Joe,
that
you
for
want a
her.
cinnamon thing?
No.
Cinnamon what?
Cinnamon something, you want one?
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
You want
good.
one?
Yeah.
Josh wants one, yeah. Get Josh one.
Well, you know, and if you think about it, you can.
I don't
put all
really
those
want it. I was
together.
going to get it for one of these fellas.
Like a lot of athletes, especially athletes with a high intensity sport like wrestling, because it really is a sport.
Right.
oh, yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to pick up a 400-pound man.
it really does.
I mean, it takes a lot to pick up a 225-pound man.
It's a choreographed sport.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just an overly dramatic sport, but when those dudes get hurt, they get hurt or they die, and it's all real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Chris Benoit, right?
Yep.
When they analyzed his brain, they said he had the brain of an 85-year-old man with severe dementia.
Yeah.
So, and that's just from wrestling.
Right.
Yep, just from wrestling.
So, if you look at it, when you have a community like wrestling, it's very tight knit. It's like my father's father. You know, it's like the son and the grandpa have the same wrestler that they liked, and the dad and everybody. That's their commonality, right? And then you have, on top of that, you have weed being brought into.
Yeah.
Weed is such a nuanced thing because there's so much to it. It's not just
Sure.
getting high and being against the man like
Right.
it used to be in the 60s.
Yeah.
Now it's
Oh,
about
girl.
medicinal purposes.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
good. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So now it's medicinal. It's all the benefits that go along with weed, all the different
right.
types of weed,
You know.
all the ways to consume weed. You know what I'm saying? It's not just rolling it up and smoking it
Right.
now.
No.
You can eat it, vape it, inject it, snort it. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
You can boost it right
I
in
mean,
the
yeah,
ball.
you can.
You could powder it like snuffs.
Yeah.
Like they used to snuff snuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get.
So
your
then
point.
I
snuff snuffs in my
So, you were talking about. Okay, so is that
the importance of community
Okay,
on
yeah.
mental health.
On
Like
mental
that's
health,
really what I want to talk about
Okay.
on mental health.
it's just really feeling that belonging.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Everybody is always searching for that sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wrestling brings a lot of people together.
Yeah.
Weed
Yeah.
brings a lot of people together.
Let's go check out the
Podcasts
Wrestling
is
Mac
bring people together.
podcast.
Podcasts bring people together.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and subscribe to the Wrestling Mac
And so-
podcast.
In relation to what you guys were saying on these out of the world topics,
Yeah.
of whether it really my
Whether it's real
question
or
is,
not?
whether any of those things really fucking matter, because
Right.
what
Yeah,
really matters
Yeah.
is that we come together, and
As a community.
all of those things that divide us is what our problem is.
Yeah.
And
And it
if we
should
can
bring us
evolve,
together. Yeah.
if we can evolve past
Yeah.
that
Diversity.
stuff
Yeah.
that
We're
splits
good.
us apart, the flat Earth. No, not trying to say anything to you, but
Hey, that's cool.
our beliefs that separate us.
Yeah.
If we can evolve
Should.
past this world,
That was a government thing done.
Yeah.
out of this mindset of all the day-to-day trappings and bullshit, everything will be so much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you got religion.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be what divides us. It should be what brings us together, because humans are social creatures.
Yeah, I'm supposed
And
to be social, right?
even if you go back to the furthest, back to the beginnings, like cavemen and shit, it was a group, because a group is much more effective when it comes to all the dangers. Like, they had wolves back then. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
still trying to domesticate wolves
ones
and the
you
dogs. You know, they had to deal with real shit that we wouldn't know what to do with nowadays.
Dire
We would die.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
Yeah, dire wolves, yeah.
Like, you know, they had real shit to deal with. Like,
Yeah.
you know, feeding yourself
Yep.
was a real thing back
Did you
then.
get
It
one?
wasn't you
Did
go to
you
your
get
fridge.
Right.
So, and they
Well,
found out that the more people you have, the more people you have doing different things, the more you can build together.
Yeah.
And that's
It's a
what it's really
survival
all about.
instinct.
Yeah,
Really, what it comes down to is community as a survival instinct. And
it really is.
We
9,000
go for
people.
that
Oh, that's good.
because independent, we can't. We can't survive. But as a chain, I'm going to go biblical
You can
for a
do it
second.
now.
Let's
go ahead.
go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
A chain or a chain of
easier
3
nowadays.
strands is not quickly broken.
Right.
There's a verse in the Bible that
Right,
talks
yeah.
about that. When we weave together, all with our strengths and everything that is important about us individually, the things that even separate us, when we tie ourselves together, we're stronger.
Right.
Yep,
And
definitely.
we can
It's like a
actually
boat that we wove
survive
together to
Right.
to sail on. You know, like we
Right.
did that before in history.
anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And I think that's what the biggest issue nowadays, in today's times, is it's not about what brings us together. It's about what can I find to make me hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
I
that's
hate
what
that.
I hate
Well,
about
it's-
politics, really.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about politics. That's what I hate about religion. That's what I hate about all those things, because it turns into I'm a right, you're wrong.
Yep.
It's me versus you. When no. What we don't get is we need to band together, because there are outside forces that are so much greater than our comprehension,
Yep.
so much more than what we're really being
What was that
told,
post I said?
that we have to come together, because that's the only way we're going to survive.
And there's history
Right.
of communities that have come together. Civilizations
Right.
of people from years and years ago that we, like the Tower of Babel,
Yeah.
the Aztecs,
Yep.
you know, all these people,
Mayans that got
the
taken
Mayans,
away.
Yeah.
that have had prosperous
trace.
civilizations because they have united forces.
Right.
I've got a
And
quote
then they've
I wanna
been
say in a minute.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Like in the Tower of Babel, they were ripped apart with language. They couldn't
Right.
talk together anymore.
Right.
They had to find the ones that they could understand.
The commonality.
Yeah, the commonality.
So it brings everybody together.
But they were stronger
Yeah.
when they were all
Yeah.
Right.
together.
Well, that's why
Right.
they built the whole tower.
Yeah.
And honestly, that goes back to mental health.
Yeah.
If you look at people because I believe that we have a major mental health crisis in this country.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And if you look
That's
back,
really what I wanted to talk about. I just
if
put
you
it in the
if you look back in the
context
60s and 70s,
Yeah.
they were shutting down all these mental health facilities. That's why we have such a homeless problem.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately it's people with mental health issues that aren't getting the treatment that they need, and that's the saddest thing that's about really humans, is we're so afraid of what we don't understand. We're so ready to ostracize somebody because they're different, instead of trying to learn that person and be like, you know, Freud and Nietzsche and all them, yeah, they were kind of fucked up, what they did. Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up things that they did. But if you go to the core of what they were trying to do, was they were just trying to figure out the brain the best they could at that time. So if we can get rid of the division and start coming more together, like with wrestling,
Yeah.
with weed,
Yeah.
with I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what.
Right.
But what I like is J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know, me and JFK may not have everything in common, but he's fucking family. He's blood. Yeah. I don't know James really well, but I'm sure me and him, there's something that, I'm sure he's a good dude.
Y'all are gonna get
what I'm saying?
Conversations I see.
And
you see it already too.
Duddits.
This is
all right. So like Duddits, like
this dude,
at the end of the day, as long as everybody's like, hey man, that dude's cool. Yeah, he's a little fucked up in the head. Yeah, he's got some weird shit, but at the end of the day, man, we can all sit around and talk, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's what we don't do anymore.
Sit around and talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I mean,
And can you imagine? Can you imagine if war and famine?
Yeah.
There's no way that this world could be stopped by division, poverty, any of those, the separated. Like, we could all just come together.
Yeah.
If all the countries could come together.
Can I get another voodoo?
And stop being separated. How prosperous
Charles experimental
and wonderful we could be. You don't believe in the space,
The world.
exploration programs and all
Right.
that. So I can't use that as an example. Well, I can use it as an example.
Go ahead.
But
I don't think he's going to be offended.
No, you can't offend me. I have no shame.
I don't think so. You grew up with me.
Yeah.
you think about the space program,
offensiveness.
if you believe in space program that we had with America. You think about the space had in America. Sorry, let me
What we
talk about previous.
We still have Space Force.
Yeah, but original.
We need to support the police force.
Actual
Space Force. Power Rangers.
space. Anyway,
Mighty Morphin.
You're the one supposed to help bring us in, not help push us further.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
And then
one
what
job.
are you talking
You
about?
had one job.
One job.
and then Russia, the space program they had, and you unite those
Saying,
two
hey.
space programs.
Be polite and say, hey.
How fabulous
Hey.
those
Yeah.
would have been if we weren't against each other. It's other examples too.
Right.
I mean, if we were divided, or if we weren't divided, there's no stopping
Us.
the human civilization.
Really, and that goes back to the whole like governmental control thing. Like they don't want that
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't want it.
because it's really the politicians that push all that because they're the ones that make money off of this.
Yeah.
They make money off the losers. They make money off the winners, some form or fashion.
Yep.
And that's what everything boils down to is money.
Yeah.
We're lining the pockets of these people's, by playing into their games.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if we
Well,
would just
we're kinda
just
also
get
not
together and do
kinda
this, if everybody
to
did this
We're
every
not
Friday,
forced. We're not forced.
you know what I'm saying? If everybody got together, an eclectic bunch of misfits, got together
Wait a minute.
and just like at the end of the day, like, you know what, man, we're all cool.
Yeah.
No matter what we all believe, we're all cool because collectively we have this one thing. We have a podcast.
Right.
So we have something that unites us. It's all over the fucking place, like a bouncy ball in a fucking bathroom. But at the end of the day, we had a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what brought us together.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what we should all be striving
Yeah.
for. I'm
Yeah.
all about peace.
And
We
Matt's
all wore.
birthday.
Peace and
Yeah,
love.
Matt's birthday. That's right.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. They already sang it. There we go again. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
to
no,
we didn't do
done
that
the last
last
one.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We needed to do it again.
Jesus Christ.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, JFKillah.
Yep. Oh.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday!
And many more.
And JB Ward didn't even sing at all.
Oh, he was
But,
singing.
He was.
Right.
His blow vapes me.
Oh, he was blowing. Oh, okay.
His mouth
Anyway,
was
so
moving.
since we're talking about all this,
He was
I
vaping.
was gonna quote myself real quick. 8 years ago, I'm gonna quote myself from 8 years ago.
Hold on.
Narcissism.
Narcissism?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had this much of that.
Years ago.
God damn it.
8 years ago. Well,
8 years ago. It was June.
Well,
it
what
was.
I've heard, go ahead.
It was June 20. It was June 24th,
He cited himself,
2015.
too.
It was in June 24th, 2015. I said this. I said, unknown and yet well known, God cannot be grasped by the mind. If he could be grasped, he would not be God.
Hey,
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
But
That's pretty.
so we're
that's
going
deep
into
as
yours, 'cause
fuck.
we totally
Bro,
said
No, we're going into James next since we're in a
Next
circle of
that,
truth.
that might be my next.
But
step.
that's
pretty
ending
good.
the
How
whole
high-
God.
How high were you?
No, I was
Were
as
you-
high as God's fucking
God's
ding dong
titty?
or something.
Oh.
I know, yeah, it's titty or
Well, from what I heard, you're
Yeah, I feel like he's androgynous,
Yeah,
right? So he has
yeah.
whatever he has.
God is Alanis Morissette. What are you talking about?
But see, just because, okay, so,
Blasphemer.
but yeah, okay, so, I know,
I feel like they are
You ever seen
androgynous.
Dogma?
Yeah, I
No,
believe
I
a God
haven't.
would
You
be
need to watch that.
androgynous,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
and that's coming from an
At the
atheistic
end.
Satanist, you know. Atheistic
God
Satanists
comes-
just said
comes
that,
out- comes out
but
in his
8 years
life,
ago, you know.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
I still
offensive.
stand by those
Alright.
same words, you know, because if
There,
God
there's
can't
no
be grasped, you
concept
know what I'm
of
saying? You can't
what
be.
could be out
Even
there.
coming
I mean,
from an
beyond this
atheistic
world.
Satanist, you know, that's, you know.
Really.
Well, I mean, if you
It's
look
not
at it,
concepts, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
nothing,
like-
completely.
But actually,
What's
like,
the proof?
okay, what he just said about
God
it
is-
being,
God
what
is-
Matt just said, and he
We
just
are
said about it
gods.
being completely
We are gods.
unfathomable.
yeah.
We are gods.
There is no, like, even the conceptions that we as humans can create
Yeah.
of the greatest
dumbed
thing
down for
you
years,
can ever
man.
think
Since
of.
fucking
Right.
Day one of time. We've been dumbed down and thumbed
everything's
down.
It's beyond all reason.
Well,
Yeah.
this is my thing too.
Are we
Every
still skipping dude over there?
No, we're not skipping him.
like every culture has
We get to
has
talk about
God.
Yeah, you get to talk about anything your heart fathoms.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Should have already happened
Lord.
5 minutes ago. It should have
discussion.
It should have happened 5 minutes ago, but
Joe, why are you are so selfish? You take over everything.
no, it's fine because
Oh, no, I'm
there was
sorry.
a lot
I'll
to
let
it.
Joe.
Everybody's getting like
I was
it
gonna
was
say you should let the
minute, but it's
narcissist
fine.
have the floor.
Yeah,
He
We're
would
all
know.
narcissistic.
He would know it's all about him. You know. He knows when somebody's being selfish.
All right, what's your topic?
Yeah, bro. What's your topic?
I want to touch.
JB Ward.
I want to touch on some of the things y'all said,
All right.
and
Dinosaurs?
kind of lead into something. Basically,
Mind-blowing?
still along the same path, I guess. But
I think you should scoot closer.
yeah, yeah. Sick.
That's what they were trying to motion.
yeah. All right.
Well, sometimes his voice is a little bit lower on the pods.
All right,
Yes.
I'll try to be quiet.
I watch in. I mean, I listen to all the pods. So that's what I was doing here, is trying to get him a good.
There's so many things based off of a subjective, like form, concept. You know, nothing like objectively proven. So we have to really fine tune our knowledge on what we can know. You know, and stop focusing on the things that may or may not be true. You know, that we cannot grasp in our form of mind currently.
Yeah,
You know.
we're gonna get there one day, right?
There are things that we can
Past
know,
this earth.
you know, for sure. Like, and that's where you need to, as a human in this point in time, focus on. You know, like, there's things we can know that's outside of our knowledge. You know, you can't like it takes time to learn. You know, that we don't have or can't put towards those areas, right? So whatever you as a person can know now is where it needs to be, like in your mind. You know,
Mindset, yeah.
yeah, mindset.
Yeah.
And if aliens, if you believe in aliens, it's just leading on to something else. But if aliens
I'll
are the
talk
thing,
about-
you know, and we believe in that, and people are seeing shape-shifting reptilians on planes and stuff,
Yep.
and
Yep. It's all over the place. It's all over the place.
going missing
man.
afterwards, how are we not an accessible planet from an outer realm?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's definite. We have portals. We have portals. There are
I think
portals.
aliens are just fallen angels.
I mean, aliens are. I mean, angels are aliens.
Right.
Rearrange the fucking letters, right?
It's in
Or
the
no?
same realm
No, I
of
mean, like, but
flat
anyway,
Earth.
angels,
It's a
aliens,
conspiracy.
whatever,
So
same thing.
maybe we're all
They're not of Earth.
Believing in
anything
aliens,
not of Earth,
believing in
planet.
aliens
We're
is a
American,
conspiracy, basically.
Right.
And alien,
So,
aliens are
and they
fallen
can,
angels?
the
whole
conspiracy
universe is
theorists,
Yeah,
quote
I'll watch
unquote,
something on that.
or actually truthful
Right.
people, can tell you in the galaxy where these people have came from.
Fucking mess up when you're
You know, in the other galaxies and such.
Well, you know, if you really think about it, anything
Or
that,
things, the Nords, the Reptilians, the Andromedans, and
Well,
the
Yeah,
Greys.
there's,
and
Well, you know,
there's like
aliens-
75,
different
80 fucking species. of
aliens in
aliens.
belief that are
And
conspiracy,
Andromeda,
just
I
like
think they're the ones that
Bigfoot,
look like us.
the Loch
They're
Ness Monster,
blonde and
freaking Megalodon, giant
Right.
squids, and
Yeah, definitely.
Bermuda Triangle, like
Right.
the whatever's under Antarctica.
Well, think about the big
it's
flood.
Some, it's some
the big flood
super
and all those
magnetic
animals that would
force
have been underneath the
under
ocean that would have been
Antarctica.
touched.
You know, so
there may be a spaceship there.
Well, yeah.
They believe
Let's play
that
Star Wars.
area was
exactly.
that area was once, very luscious.
Right.
It wasn't always. Our poles have shifted over
Poles have
shifted.
multiple
Well, I mean,
millions and billions of years, but it's like somewhere in the actual magnetic poles.
ice is melting.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
Antarctica, the ice is melting on one side, the other side is growing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you really think about it, anything is
And-
considered a conspiracy if it's not something that's approved to
By
be
the
known.
government.
Yeah. I mean,
I believe in a lot of the conspiracies, and
so do I.
yeah.
Clearly.
Or I like to believe in them, because
Right.
that's something I can't know really.
Right.
On the same thought, but I like to think that I have an accurate grasp on it, at least some close to it. If I do want to believe it's true, because I like to believe that wild ass crazy things exist.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's awesome. Like, why not? Like, freaking Bigfoot's my
Anything's
main thing. I
possible in this
definitely
world,
believe
man.
Bigfoot is
Anything's
real.
I believe
possible.
Sasquatch is real.
There's a
Have you
whole
watched the,
there's a whole species. There's a string across the whole country.
Okay, did you hear about the
Watch
black hole?
all over the
that
world.
something went in and came back out? The sun had the tentacle go inside, took something from the sun,
I do believe
and
black holes
retracted
can be
itself
used
from the
as-
sun.
Well,
That happened.
But did you watch the
alien they
Discovery
found
Channel had a
recently, that
special about
happened.
Bigfoot in Alaska?
A lot of shit's done happened recently. The aliens have
I've
came
watched
out
something
after
on there, but
fucking
I didn't-
Well,
Trump
like a
started-
town. They had those.
They have,
a
because-
village.
Yeah,
or town.
it's known
that
now.
The
was
government
aliens are real.
fishing
supposedly
stuff,
said they-
Right.
And vampires
They
are
kept
real
on
too.
having
Goddamn it!
Bigfoot sightings and stuff.
But it's not
kept on
like they
happening
do in the
and
movies,
the
bro.
town got
It's
deserted.
just people
they're
that
Hollywood
I'll have to
elitists.
send you. I'll have to
no
look for it, 'cause I
vampires
can't remember what the name of it
actually
right now.
been around for a
Right.
long time, dog.
No, I'm telling you, it's Bigfoot.
I've
been
looked
around
at-
since
I've-
Cain
I've
and
been
Abel, dog.
investigating Bigfoot for a while. Like,
Yeah.
Because one of
There's
them was a
a-
vampire.
there's this anthropologist. His name is Lloyd Pye.
I think I've heard of
And
it.
then you got the book of
The
Enoch.
it's old, but the first time I watched it, I was like, man, this dude is showing and speaking some things that
somebody reading
you
it to
know,
me. But that's how
are crazy about Bigfoot. Lloyd Pye, the documentary is called "Everything You Know Is Wrong."
I was reading Enoch the other day.
Well,
Yeah.
my
think
thing
I've heard of
is,
It's in the
Yeah.
Bible.
My-
it'll say
my
it.
thing is if you-
It's the top. It's
Bigfoot's
probably the
gotta be
main
real.
thing for me.
Got
that it's
to be
like
real. Gotta be real.
struck me the most about Bigfoot because he talks about all the stories. The dude wrote a whole book about it.
Yeah.
There's apparently a freaking Bigfoot woman in somewhere in Russia that had
Well, there
children.
was that lady woman
That's what
that
I was
was
gonna
named.
say,
It was
like,
remember
if you look at all the
her as a
cultures-
kid.
and they dug
Yeah.
up their
You wanna
they
see
dug
that
up
in
her
the museum?
children
yeah,
and
There was that
examined
lady
their
that
bones
was
and
a
stuff.
monkey, but it was
And
standing
they were
erect.
like,
yeah.
It was a monkey lady that we
not-
saw in the museum.
Yeah, I
Pretty
remember
sure
you know,
that's her-
they were
you had to
definitely
know
not
about it.
full of human.
I can't remember her
Yeah,
name,
definitely
but yeah.
or
Yeah.
first
Lucy,
Yeah.
Lucy.
Well, if you
Something
really
like that.
think about it, if you look at all the cultures and all the civilizations, there's like in Ohio they have the grass man, you have the skunk ape, you have all these different
Yeah, the skunk ape,
versions
yep.
or varieties of that
Yeah.
of the same thing.
Abominable snowman.
And then we go into certain jungles that man hasn't really stepped in, at least
Yep.
not a white man, for like a Western man, you should say.
Yeah.
That we're still discovering new species of shit every day.
I mean, like we just said on the other pod, that creature that was found in the Vietnamese
Only
waters.
10% of the ocean has been discovered.
The creature was found,
I
right?
mean, we know more about
We have
space
new
than we do
stuff
about our
in-
own ocean. Why? I mean, like,
Well,
that makes no sense.
space-
we can't even go
Right.
that far into the deep
So they
and stuff
say,
because it
yeah.
costs so much. The money that it has to take to go down in the ocean like that and they excavate and all this other
Ocean
stuff. That's what's holding us
so
back.
fucking
It's
vast,
fucking
dude.
money, man. Money
Right.
is
No
like
way
the
we
root
know
of
what's
all
in-
evil, dog.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the galaxies are,
We should be able to
light years and
excavate,
light years
do all this
apart
shit.
and light years of distance, and we know more about that than we know what's in the fucking Marianas Trench or what's in the Challenger Deep, which is the deepest part of the ocean, which is right off
Yeah.
the coast of Japan. It's over 8 miles deep.
Apparently, the
And there's some crazy shit
I know
that lives down deep.
satellite
It's all evil
telescopes like the Hubble and
It's the abominations.
the
What was
James-
that shit
Raymond
I was
James
fucking
one
watching?
that's new.
Something, they were
It's
abominations.
supposed to. They
They
said
were the
that
The
first
James Webb
creatures.
telescope.
yeah,
they were
something
fucking
like that.
abominations, and they were
James
sent to the
Webb,
deep.
that's it. They were supposed to say they're supposed to be saying that they could see like the rest of the. We're like at 90% of our universe we can see with our
Yeah, like
capabilities.
the edge of our galaxy
Yeah.
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Further than that, I mean, even that. So
Yeah.
further than that, but not like close up,
Right.
So, but 10% more, like 100%.
Right.
With our technology now, it's just not. I don't believe in we could see that far yet. They just want to think they can.
Right.
You know. They want to
That's
think.
not an accurate statistic.
They want to say that that's it because they don't want to go any further.
What I'm saying is,
Maybe.
like, he's saying that's not an accurate.
But it's far as fuck, you know. That sees far as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
And then plus
we
you
haven't
use
even
like
seen the dollars
infrared,
yet.
like light years and light years away,
Well,
like millions and millions
the
of years at
abominations
speed,
live down there.
light
I mean,
speed.
the first creatures that were created are in the bottom deeps. Of the
Well, if you
fucking
think
shit.
about it, okay, so a light year, we say that really easily, right? Like light year. The light travels at 186,000 miles a second. Times that by 60, that's in a minute. Times that by 20 or by 60, you have an hour. Times that by 24, you have in a day. Times that by 365. Then you finally have how far light can go in a year. That's a really fucking long way.
It's a million years.
Right.
It takes a million years to get a light year at speed of light.
So,
You
I
know,
mean,
for real, that's what it is.
you're talking
It's
So
crazy.
they say.
So they
right,
say.
right.
So how do they know that?
I mean,
I mean, I think
This makes me think
it's
of the
pretty
Flash.
well
When he's going,
measurable, even if we could figure
time-
it out
time
now
travel
with
and
just
stuff.
us. You know, it just how fast does the light turn on? You know,
How light,
Right.
how
You know,
fast
to our
is it?
vision.
I mean,
Well,
if
I
we're
mean,
able to do that, why aren't
well,
we
think
able to
about
do it
this
going
too,
in
though.
space
Like
together?
when you look up at the sky and you see stars,
because it's
that
too
light
fast.
that you're
It's really
seeing,
fast.
that star may have died
Oh, yeah, that's what
10,000 years ago, and it just hasn't. We just don't see it yet. We still see the light coming from it. So, like, how do we really know what's really out there and what ain't?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the government knows. They just don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
The government knows everything.
But
There's
honestly,
a big black book with everything.
A lot of that is all about, again, to me, I
They're
just
holding
think
back to that
knowledge
truth.
is power. The more knowledge you have,
more
the more
knowledge
power you have.
And you
The
know what
less
that
knowledge
derives
you
to?
have-
You know what that segues into?
What?
Satan.
Yeah.
This world was
But
created.
what I was trying to
Because
say is
knowledge
like
is Satan.
you can't
Because Satan-
you can't shoot a telescope
But
down into the
supposedly.
ocean
Right.
from
God
the
kept us
land.
from knowledge.
You
Not
know,
really
or from
doing this
high
thing.
up somewhere. It's just so you could see further. The further you can see, you know, because it's straight up.
Right.
You know, with powerful magnifying. You know,
I'm getting some
so
crazy shit.
can't do that with the ocean. There's something in the way. Obviously, so
Something in the way.
that's why that's probably the main reason we haven't. Just can't see past the top of the
Well, the
water.
next time I go to the beach, by God, I'm taking a telescope. I'm just gonna tell you all that.
Do it.
I'm gonna take a telescope and a GoPro, and I'm gonna prove all y'all fuckers
Have you never-
right,
have you
wrong,
never-
and I'm gonna prove myself right.
Right? Hell yeah.
I might, you know, I might have a heart attack.
But have you never watched the boat go over the horizon?
Yeah, but think about this though. Your eye can only see 3 miles. Your eyeball can only see but so far.
But even with the telescope,
true.
you could watch a boat.
But have you?
No, I haven't. But that's what you can. People have definitely done it, like for hundreds of years. Watch the boat go over the horizon, and it eventually comes out of your vision, just going downward.
I'm just saying.
A downward spiral.
I'm not saying that means the world's not flat, but maybe there's a curve right there.
Could be.
You know, because I don't know. Obviously.
I mean, your face is flat, but it's technically not. Right?
Yeah.
I guess
Fall
so.
flat on your face,
Yeah.
but your face isn't really flat. So,
But the ground you're falling on is flat. So
Yeah.
therefore you're falling.
well, there's
flat.
mountains and valleys and everything
Wait,
else. So,
So that makes me think there's no flat Earth then.
it's a
Yeah.
technicality of sorts, but yeah.
We live in a sphere, man.
Yeah, but
It's a dome shaped thing.
Another
You
thing
can
that
go
I
out
was saying-
here,
Oh, it's definitely
look
a dome.
Straight up. Look straight up, and you can see the
You-
outlines of a dome that you're in a
should
marble.
look up,
you
you
can
should
see
look
it.
up Operation
You can see it.
Fishbowl, where we were setting off nukes into the upper
I have heard of
atmosphere.
that one.
Why would we set off nukes in the upper atmosphere?
Trying to blow up them damn aliens.
Alrighty.
Them goddamn aliens.
All right, Matt, what do you want to talk about?
So,
Everything.
I don't think I was done. I don't think I was
probably
done.
everything at once. So,
Everything all the
this
time.
is the Frequency Podcast, and we
It
need
is
to like and
Frequency.
subscribe,
Like,
and it is a lot of
comment.
frequencies
Yeah,
going
comment.
on. There's so many
Comment.
frequencies going
Please
on.
comment.
Hit that notification
Freaking
bell.
Tell us
what
something
you
to
want
say
to talk
on
about,
topic.
so
Share-
we don't
share
have
us.
random topics about.
Share
Share
us
us on
exactly.
Facebook.
We'll talk about
Range
anything
boxes,
we want.
Share us on Instagram and Snapchat and
Anywhere you want.
put it on your put it on your
Pornhub,
OnlyFans.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
on
Put it on the
Pornhub.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, pull a Ted
Oh,
Cruz
OnlyFans.
and
Yes,
share
definitely.
your porn.
You should watch mine and Joe's OnlyFans.
Yeah, go on their OnlyFans, Joe Cool, and
Not yet.
Well, they do, but it's really cheap.
React to it.
Yeah,
Well, it would cheap. It would be more subscribers that way.
They'll do a lot for $5. I'm just saying.
Tell us what you got to say about it.
$5 is $5. That is one of my.
They will work harder than a.
If 1,000 people give me $5, that's $5,000.
You goddamn right that is.
They will work harder than a $2
Cash App
bill.
us $5 because if we get a bunch of people Cash App and $5, we'd have a lot of money to keep this
So
podcast
what we're saying
on roll
is,
so we can get
you should
microphones and
Cash
shit.
App Dongo PB.
We need to get microphones.
That's $Dongo DONGO PB.
And he will send you a picture of his penis.
Yes,
send you a
it'll
picture of
be a
his
chubby. It'll be like a half a chub. It's really just the head, but that doesn't matter. It's well worth the whatever you send.
But see, you could have sent a fake one, and they would still have to have accepted that.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a point, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about, hey, this is.
You gotta show them your red hairs on
This
your
is
side,
my
right?
Look, I've been showing my dick since I was in like first grade. Like, I got in trouble for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you did. You did, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I did. I got
you
sent home for that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stop showing your
This man.
She showed me hers for
She showed me her penis first.
she showed me her trench first, so I had to show her my digger. You know.
And that's what he did as a kid. I'm telling you.
I did. It happened.
He's there.
across the yard.
Yeah.
Nobody else smoking.
You might end up
That's
getting
just
naked
us three,
tonight.
dog.
Well, trust me, I didn't
He
get this
used
big
to
by
be.
running.
He's getting a better job now, so it ain't a thing now. But yeah, he used to do some crazy shit when he was a young boy. I'm trying to tell you, this boy was crazy as hell. You know the little rascals? You know the bullies? Okay, he's the redheaded one, and I'm the guy with the hat backwards, the black hair that's long and shit, because they used to have a mullet. Well, that was us growing up.
Yeah, that was us.
And that's what started the whole wolf pack thing we got. So I want to talk about brotherhood.
Okay, talk about brotherhood, brother.
Because I actually technically have a brother, but never grew up with him because I never knew
after
him.
9, right?
Yeah, no,
Never knew this guy at all. Never knew my real brother at all.
I have a half brother that was like that. So I didn't meet him until I was 19.
Well, I haven't met this guy ever. And his name is
Was it weird?
Steven. His name is Steven.
No, I liked him better though than my actual brother that I knew. No,
Do y'all share the same mother or same father?
same father.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe yeah.
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 I'm not saying anything about your mom, but I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole mother podcast could be like a 2-hour segment. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Segue.
I don't know what y'all gonna talk about, but mine's 2 hours.
We can talk.
Mother's
My
Day.
therapist might have
I'm
some
for
stuff
Mother's
to
Day.
say.
Could be a Mother's Day special.
Yes,
sure,
that's a Mother's Day
yeah.
special, definitely.
Yeah, well, with brothership and brotherhood or whatever, like in life, like I had a brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I was a certain age. I can't remember exactly the age. I found out that I had a brother and another sister, but they were all like, it was a situation. I'm not going to talk about it, but either way, it's not bad or nothing. So
Yeah.
it's
Life's
not
weird.
bad, but one of them, whatever.
It's just.
But anyway,
it's like that.
so
for
with
people.
brotherhood, through life, I only had one actual person up until I started making actual good friends or having a best friend, which was Jimmy Carreri. I'm gonna be dropping some names. Jimmy Carreri.
Oh shit, he's name dropping.
His real name is James. So
Dropping
my
it like
first,
it's hot.
My first best friend's name was James. We called him Jimmy. You knew him.
Yeah.
You knew him. Anyway, so with brotherhood, I never had a brother growing up. I had this like sister that wanted to be just like me because I was her brother. So here's the dynamic, okay? I'm her brother, and we only grew up together, like Maynard and Luna. They're girl and boy. Well, not anymore, but anyway, so what I'm saying is with that, I only had a little sister. So if she wanted to play Barbies, we had to improvise. We had to get wrestlers. My wrestling
What was wrong with playing Barbie?
I mean, I played with Barbies growing up. I didn't see nothing wrong with it because I had a little sister. So
I wish I had a sister I could play with Barbies.
yeah, it was pretty cool. But
I was only lonely.
So, yeah,
it's
and
okay.
he was really lonely at the time. But when we were,
I technically was the only child.
but when we
Kinda.
were kids,
That was my brother.
when we were kids,
Well, that's
growing
good.
up,
Well,
we would go to each other's houses and stuff like that. We lived close by, and we'd go to each other's houses and everything like that. Well, I'll tell you this quick thing. It may embarrass you. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Anyway,
Y'all do.
when
Was
he
naked again?
when he left, when he had to leave, when his mom came and picked him
Well,
up, this
oh.
fucker cried.
Yeah.
I
Was
cried.
he?
We all cried. Like, it was ridiculous. Every
So
time.
y'all had that connection. That's
Every time that we would leave each other, we would all cry.
Yeah.
Amy would cry. I would cry.
I
you would cry.
remember one
Like,
time,
You were probably the biggest baby of the bunch.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, I was.
That's
a teddy
not a
bear.
bad thing. That
No, I
just
was a
means you
teddy
loved
bear.
us that much.
I remember one time.
was
I don't know
pure
what Matt
love.
does, but I remember one time, like, Mom and them were wanting to go, and Matt and Amy were trying to dress me up as a girl to try to say that I
I
was
can see
one
that.
of her friends.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Just to keep me there longer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Little Amy, like, was trying to put her clothes on me, and I was way too big. And, like, Mom was just like, what are y'all doing? Like, this is my friend from school. Like, you know.
Right. Like,
And,
you
like,
get away with
just anything we could do to be together.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say.
And then, like, so we would, we grew up and all that stuff. And like I said, the Little Rascals thing, in the movie Little Rascals, we was at his house, actually. And I loved going to your dad's.
Yeah.
House, dude. That
I had
house
all the
was dope.
cool
You
toys.
still live there to this day.
Yeah, I had to
I'm
move back in.
35 years old Sunday, and you're, what? You're
32.
You're 32. I couldn't remember exactly how long back you are, but you're like 3 years, back. But
I turned 33 in November, yeah.
yeah, but with all that, like like your dad still lives in the same spot when we grew up at, man.
Yeah.
And I was there one Christmas like a couple years back, and it was just so fucking great because I just sat in the tree that's like near where the camper was.
Yo.
I just sat there, and just knew that I was in the best place I could be at, and it's not just because I'm in North Carolina where I was born and I was raised up at, Like, North Carolina's my stomping grounds. Every time I go there, I kiss the ground and shit. It's like, that's where
It's all
family's
ritual.
at. It's a
I believe
ritual.
it.
Like,
I didn't realize.
every time I would come to your dad's
North
house, I
Carolina's
would
like
kiss
great.
the grass too, and I would just be like, thank God I'm here, because, like, that house was so dope. You had, like, the coolest, like, playroom.
I did.
You had a bedroom.
I had
But
a
you had a
bedroom.
playroom.
Child, so you probably had a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, this dude
I had
was
the cool
so take
stuff,
care
yeah.
of. We're about to get to some of my shit too. So the dynamic of us is this. You were jealous of me because I had someone else, right? But
Yeah,
I was
and
jealous
freedom.
of you because
I had
that
stuff.
too. But you had stuff that I was wanting because
Yeah, I
one
had
Christmas,
pinball machines and
yeah, exactly. But one
fucking-
Christmas you got a PS2 and I got a
Yep.
PS1.
Yeah.
I got a PS1 because Grandma said she didn't know what to get, but she got you a PS2. Get
No.
the fuck out of here.
No, Granny didn't give me a PS2. My dad bought me a PS2.
The
but
dad. Okay, well, someone did.
Somebody bought you a PS2 and
This
he
is
was
the
not
problem.
happy.
He was not happy.
No, this is the problem because I thought that was what Grandma got you.
See, now you're gonna have to go back and.
When I was a
Oh,
kid,
that's
I'd like to
Grandma.
go back and slap me. Okay, back when I was a kid.
Well,
Because
okay.
I thought this whole time
Get
that
out.
Grandma got
All
you.
you got to do is get electrocuted and get splashed with chemicals, and then you can go back in time.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Flash. Yeah. Okay.
We got
That might work.
teleportation.
I don't know.
We got
but-
time travel.
But with all the stuff that we've went through, like we've gotten fights, like actual fights,
Yeah.
like
So brotherhood.
yeah,
Yeah, we were brothers. Just
Yeah.
didn't know it.
yeah, we just didn't know it. But
Well, I like that. I like that with. I never had that with my cousins, but I wish I did. So I think that's really cool that when cousins are close like that.
Yeah.
It's just like that bond.
I had a cousin.
I think it's
growing
because
up
I had
that
just a
was like
sister and he
brother.
was by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, and now that I'm older,
If you think about it as an adult.
like now that I'm older, I catch myself sounding all like Matt. Like
You sound like me all the
shit.
time,
Well,
dude. On
And Matt
recording.
sounds like me about things.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just
Well, I think genetics takes place there.
And
too.
he's
Right.
got
I'll be
the
listening.
mohawk now,
So-
but I used to have that back then.
Yeah. Well, I've been listening to our podcast, and I'm
So
like,
like I don't know. There's a lot about
I'm
him
not really-
that you can see in
I
me.
am, you know, my
The
brother.
tats, we got the piercings, we got the tats.
Yeah,
the
man,
I
beard,
ain't got none of
the hair.
those. My brother has all those.
Yeah.
I want. No.
But see, from one family to another, like you couldn't do a lot.
No,
When
I
you
was-
said freedom.
my mom was
this
strict
meant
as
this.
fuck.
Oh, I didn't get to listen to Korn at a certain age.
Yeah,
either.
that's
And
true.
The Woodstock when they were just
Yeah,
there in the
Woodstock
90s, whatever,
99, yeah.
Oh, wow.
exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch it, but when they were not there, I watched it. 'Cause
Yeah.
they taped it for Creed, but Creed was never on there.
right.
But I watched it, dude, and I watched all of it.
Yeah,
bro.
Matt was
And I
able.
fucking
Matt was
love
able.
Korn.
Matt was able to do all the things that I wanted to do, which was like listen to more music.
I
and
let
watch.
you listen to my music.
Oh, he
too.
did. I listened to a lot of Korn every time.
AC/DC's Voltage.
Yeah.
I had that tape and I snuck it
Yep.
with me to come to your house, and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna listen to this on headphones, and we're gonna
Yep.
sneak listen to 80."
A lot of good music. Matt
what was
turned
it
on to a
called?
lot of good music.
What was it? What was it? Something voltage.
High voltage.
High voltage. Yeah, high voltage.
And then you gave me that slow
Cassette.
burn CD.
Yeah, and a slow burn CD.
That which I thought was like the closest thing to Static X I've ever heard.
Oh
And
wow!
I love Static
Well,
X.
Slow Burn is actually my friend's band, Shane Milam and Sly.
Well, they sound a lot like Static X on a lot of how
That's
they're-
wild.
Yeah.
They're really good.
R.I.P. Shane Static.
Go pause it.
Well,
And
well, what are we doing?
And
Okay.
Dennis is out.
Yeah, I'm
for
out. I
tonight,
have to leave.
But we're gonna
Oh,
continue.
yes.
Bye, dude.
So,
Bye,
nice meeting
Dennis.
you.
It was good to meet you.
Nice meeting you, man.
Yep. Take it easy, dude.
And always
Love you,
go.
brother.
Love you, buddy.
You be good. Be careful.
I'll try my best.
And we're gonna continue this. But like
Yes.
the cousin thing,
Yeah.
we're cousins, right?
Yep.
But I never felt that. I mean, I felt that we're cousins. Of
Well,
course,
that's
that
what-
was what the world was
Yeah.
telling us to be.
Well, that's why we started the whole Wolfpack thing.
Yeah, and I was getting to that
We were
too,
big
the
NWO
Wolfpack thing.
fans.
Yeah, the Wolfpack Red and Black, which Joe is probably going to want to get on this, is the red and black was some of the best shit that was ever happened. You know?
What are you looking for?
My wallet.
Oh. Right.
hold on.
I'm recording now.
Metaphorically from the Bible, reborn. Any man that hasn't been reborn
Exactly. See that? There's that
can't
word.
be saved, right?
Right.
So, if you think about it from that perspective, it lines up with Buddhism in that reincarnation in Buddhism, right?
we don't
Or
come back as cockroaches
anything
and
reincarnation
bugs and animals and
related.
stuff.
Any religion that's
Right.
reincarnation
But
related.
animals do have souls.
Because
but
you're going
they're
through
different.
a new change. You're learning, you're evolving, right? So our soul inside us,
Yeah.
if we haven't gone through that rebirth process and had a new life,
Yeah.
then we can't reach the enlightenment.
Do you know how many
or
lives that you live
connectedness.
in one life, though? Do you know how
Well,
many
I mean,
lives you
like-
live in one? From the from when we're born all the way to when we're 30s, right? How many lives have you actually lived?
Well, like,
Because you think about it from our childhood, right?
Yeah.
What we remember as children is not now,
Right. Right.
But we're the same people,
Right.
Right? We're the same Josh and Matt. We're still kicking it. We're still talking crazy shit. We're still
Right.
on the whole different level, you know. Like,
Well, like
you
I've
think
had.
about that in a sense, like in the 90s,
Yeah.
different time life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The 2000s, once the 2000s hit, we thought Armageddon was going to happen.
Right,
It didn't happen,
Y2K,
did it?
yeah.
Y2K shit, the internet shit, whatever. From the time we were born to the end of 90s, right? That's a whole time length of time, right?
Yeah.
From the 2000s to
2010.
whenever I
Yeah.
became an adult, whenever we became an adult, right, is a time period. And then that time period is all a time period. So how many lives
Well,
do you actually
I mean,
live in
ju-
one fucking life?
Just like me personally, things that.
So
that
if you think
I
about
don't-
that, you have got to be
I
able
don't
to live
think
other
like-
lives in other bodies because our soul and our essence has to be recycled. Just like in the Scooby-Doo movie. You remember the first
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo movie where they had that pool of souls?
Yeah.
They're all fucking going around in circles and they were
Right.
pulling them out, throwing them, and they were going back into the bodies and stuff. That is the same fucking thing we're talking about now.
Well, like-
that is a good depiction of it. And I'm saying Scooby-Doo, and everybody's like, we done lost our heads now. We
Well,
have
like-
lost our heads. No, we have not lost our heads because that is a good depiction on what we are talking about.
Well, like one thing, like with me that I don't
because
understand.
our souls will go to that type of place.
Right.
Like
It-
we seen in Scooby-Doo. It will go in that type of place.
I've had-
And then it will be recycled back through the light that you're talking about. Because through your light, you find darkness. And through your darkness, you will find the light.
Right. Like with me, for example, I've had dreams about things that didn't make sense, but
Exactly.
then years later, I have moments of deja vu. Like I've dreamed about this before.
Yep.
Like things like that
True.
don't make sense to me because it's like, well, is it a premonition or was I here before?
Yeah, exactly.
Did
We're here
I make a wrong step somewhere? I mean, you could dive into these rabbit holes so fucking deep
Right.
you get lost.
Yeah.
Because like what James was talking about, the unknown, right?
Which is why the connection of people
I think the unknown
has
is
been
God.
so hampered in so many ways by so many governments
Right.
and so many different
Right.
just connectedness of people is banned in other
Right.
countries and different things because the more we talk, the more we discourse, the more we enlighten ourselves and learn.
Wait,
Exactly.
If you do like if you were to do a deep dive on the internet, if you look at it, we never actually invented the internet. We actually discovered the internet.
Oh, wow. That's
Look it
fucking
up.
Crazy.
She was never here.
We
My
did.
aunt was never here. Your mom
Yeah,
was
my
never
mom wasn't here.
But she was just here.
No.
She just
Who are you
walked
talking
through.
about?
Yeah, who?
I didn't
She
see a
just walked
person.
I didn't see no. I don't know.
She
Who,
walked
I didn't see a
I didn't
person.
see
What are you
anybody.
talking about?
I didn't see anybody. But like, if you look at it,
My
we
beautiful
didn't.
aunt.
We didn't invent the internet. We actually discovered it.
Yeah.
So how do we not know that we just tapped into something? If you look at AI, and you ask AI, there's videos of this
I seen some shit.
where they asked the AI, "Who was your creator?" You know what it said? Satan.
What? Oh hell yeah! I'm sorry.
Look it up.
But I don't even believe in that. But
Like- Like,
That's cool,
watch the video where it's two AI bots or two chat bots, pretty much. This is early 2000s. It was two AIs, and they started talking to each other, and within 20 minutes, it got pretty fucking dark. Like,
wow.
they were talking about some deep, dark shit.
I would have loved to heard that conversation.
It's on YouTube. You should really look it
I'll
up.
look it up. I will get my next album.
You know, I don't know, but like AI, and they're talking about doing
I need
implants.
the video and everything.
They're
sent
talking
to
about
me.
doing
That's what I
RFID
use.
chips. The Bible talks about having something implanted under the skin that's smaller than a grain of rice.
Oh well, yeah.
That's
that-
literally the
that
size
show,
of what
yeah.
these RFID chips are.
Yeah.
So things are coming to light.
That's the crazy part about the book.
Right, exactly.
About
Which is
that book.
why,
That's some Nostradamus.
when you think about it, none of the stuff that divides us is like religion,
really through it.
all that stuff is seeking to learn truth, right?
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
How are we going?
what the truth actually is out there somewhere. There is a truth.
The
right?
truth is out there. This is the X-Files.
Right. There is a truth. There's an ultimate truth
We'll only gain through death. I think.
that
We'll never know it.
We'll gain
No,
through death.
no, there are.
that
I
doesn't
believe
mean
that.
you're-
I believe there are some things that we are never going to know, and there are things that we're just never meant to know, because the brain can only comprehend, like James was talking about. The brain, if you really look at it, the brain can only comprehend but so much
Yeah, exactly.
before it drives you crazy.
Exactly. And that's
Some of the smartest people in the world are the craziest people in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It's the
Einstein, for
truth.
example, right?
It's the
so
truth.
Einstein had his door painted red because he couldn't remember where his office was.
Is that some insidious stuff?
I'm just saying that
It's
this
a
is
red
what-
door.
That's just what they had to do. If you look back, these really, really smart, like Einstein, one of the smartest people that there was,
definitely. Yeah.
couldn't even remember where his fucking office was, but he could tell you about relative physics.
right. Because
he is the father of a lot of
think
of
about
a lot of
this. Think
theories.
about this.
Yeah.
Mental health wise,
Yeah.
a very specific, focused, knowledgeable thing, math, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very socially awkward,
Mm-hmm.
forgetful, ADHD symptoms as fuck, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That defined a very specific area of interest that you're super smart in, and then a lot of social deficits and a lot of unfunctionality is autism.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're on the spectrum. You're if you look at like people with Asperger's, people with autism, they are very smart, very like the one guy that I know, he's more Asperger's. Very, he knows a lot of numbers. He can tell you how many exits there are between
They have one very
the
specific-
state line to where he's going.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to numbers, he can tell you exactly how many times he's rode the same roller coaster. He can tell you to the day all these things. Like Rain Man could remember everything, but yet wasn't really. I mean, he had a disorder,
Right.
but he was really smart. He could remember every date. You could say a date, and he could tell you what day it was, what happened that day, the weather, everything.
Yeah.
So it's like the brain can only comprehend but so much. If you're really smart, it's like the brain's not like a CPU where you can just keep adding memory to it. The brain is only going to focus on so much at one time. Everything else is going to kind of get.
The brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a file cabinet.
It really
It is a file cabinet.
lose files.
It's in Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's almost like
It's in
Dreamcatcher. Where that dude was with all the files.
That's where Judas's name came from.
That's
you
just
really-
how.
It's a pretty big ass file cabinet. Right?
Yeah.
It is, right.
It is.
But
He's in there
I
just
mean-
falling away.
But in
man. That's
but-
We
good
all
memory.
have a lot of stuff from
Yeah,
memory.
and also too, if you think
Yeah.
about it, the harder you think about something, right, the harder you really try to concentrate and think about you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you just can't. Your brain doesn't know what it's doing. You're thinking so hard on something, but your brain is just like blanked out.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, you know, our brains are only limited to so much. There's only so much information. There's only so many things we can do at one time. If you're going to become a specialist, right?
Yeah.
That's your speciality.
Yeah.
A doctor is going to be a doctor in his field.
Yeah.
A podiatrist isn't going to be a chiropractor. He might know things like a chiropractor would know. He might know things like a massage therapist might know. But he has to focus on one field.
Yeah, that's true.
Dedication.
Right.
Dedication is key.
If you go into the military and you're a fighter pilot, you're not going to be a doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Because the brain can't do but so much. We can multitask, yes.
You can learn some
definitely.
healing
I can
But you're
multitask, but fuck
multitasking
out of
simple
shit, tell you
things.
that much.
Yeah, you can be boiling a pot of water. You can have something in the oven. You can have something chilling. You can have something on the grill all at one time. Yeah, sure. You're multitasking. But it's all simple things that you're going to have to put into some sort of routine, some sort of order.
To do it, yeah, exactly.
But to
That's true.
specialize in something, you have a
Taking
sous
that
chef.
dedication to
Sous chef
one
only does
thing.
sous chef stuff. Head chef only does head chef stuff. Why? Because your brain can't do both at one time. If you're a neurosurgeon, that's your shit. Because that's all you can focus on. That's because the brain is so limited. That's like what Jane was talking about. When you start talking about the unknown, and you start talking about mental health, and you start talking about all the conspiracy theories, which we're finding out a lot of conspiracy theories are kind of right. There's a lot of
Can't tell, you know.
right.
It might be true.
It might be.
That's what I always tell myself.
That's why I
I
live.
see something like
That's why I have to leave. You have to leave You have to leave your mind
outside of-
open. Right.
outside of conventional thought. I see it. I'm like, well, that might be true.
Right.
You know?
Like to every.
aliens dropping down in Las Vegas.
Right. Yeah.
That happened. They
Eight,
said
9,
that
10
happened.
feet tall with big mouths and
Yeah.
big eyes. Like.
And then the people. Everybody wants to look at stuff like that and be like, "Oh, they're crazy." You know, you seen,
Yeah, exactly,
You seen
man. I'm tired of
Bigfoot?
that.
People all over the world seen Bigfoot and they're crazy. That's
Yeah.
all you want to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Or they
that's
don't
stupid.
want to. They don't want to believe
That's
in space.
stupidity speaking really
They don't
loud.
want to believe in any other religion.
Right.
Validity.
I want to speak on something real
That's
quick,
something
fellas.
we need to get away from.
I want to speak on
Yeah.
something real quick.
You gotta open your mind up a little bit, at
Yeah.
least to be able
That might
open
be
enough
true,
to.
But I'm gonna
right.
keep doing what I'm doing because this is what I've been doing
Well,
for
just
years and years.
Remember what I wanted to say earlier, Matt. You go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is very empowering to us four because we all can grow a beard. Okay, so you want to know what growing a beard actually symbolizes
Or
and what it
warriors.
means and what it is. No, it's not royal.
Yeah,
shit.
we
I
are
mean, maybe,
warriors.
maybe.
We're elders.
No,
We're-
we come from ancestry. Our ancestors had warriors.
Right.
That's what he said.
In there.
He said warrior. You didn't hear him.
Yeah, I
No,
said
you said royal.
warrior.
No,
He
I
said
said
war.
no.
Whatever.
royal.
One of you motherfuckers
It could be
said
royalty
royal.
too,
One
you
of
know,
you said,
we're like-
yeah, I can see
All
that.
of us
But
are descended from
warriors. We
you
have
know,
a descendant.
probably, like,
we are
English
descendants
people.
of warriors. If you can grow a beard,
Yeah, we're like,
because some people can't grow a goddamn beard.
No.
They try, but they can't get to where we are. They try.
No matter how much testosterone
Hell,
they take.
nobody. Well, I don't know. James puts me to shame, but I got length on him, baby.
Mine used to look like that, but mine's real kind of
Yeah,
thin.
you had some. going
I had
on.
pretty long, but
Yeah.
mine's thin. But with gingers, typically on average, gingers have 50,000 less hairs.
But you had some Viking warrior in you, or something.
Yeah, I mean, I
You have some
can
Viking
trace my
esque
lineage
shit,
back to
yeah.
Scotland, Ireland, Welsh, and German. So, and the Germanic tribe, they fought against the Romans. They were like the originators of guerrilla warfare.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you know, that was the reason why we had such a hard time in Vietnam. That's the reason why we had
You
such
knew
a hard.
a lot about war, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
that-
you were into like all that.
Well, when I
Army
was
stuff
in
and military
when I was in
stuff.
college, I majored in business and world in history. So like, you know, what really, like with America, for example, we're really good about having structure, and we're really good about having money. We're really good about having the best. Dude, we were getting fucked up by dudes digging holes with bamboo spikes in it, and AK-47s. Like, we never really won the war in Vietnam. Those dudes were kicking our ass. And we were fucking cloud seeding those motherfuckers. We were making it flood, giving them monsoons to flush them out of the rat holes. Still couldn't win. In Afghanistan, we were there for 20 fucking years. And how many billions of dollars?
We were over
Okay.
there for 20
20 years. Yeah, 20 years, bro. And we fled like a bunch of bitches.
20 years for nothing.
And we
Because-
still left billions of dollars worth of high-valued equipment.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. Just like when we first started as a nation, 13 ragtag colonies went up against the greatest
Which Virginia
empire.
is one of them.
The greatest empire at that time. And we kicked their ass. And we didn't have nothing specialty. The army was nothing but dudes with their muskets that they had that they went hunting with.
They used amazing tactics in the Revolutionary War.
Right.
Our revolutionaries, they used amazing tactics and brotherhood.
Right.
They were here for that singular purpose.
Community.
We can beat a bigger force
Yeah.
if we're all aligned on the singular purpose.
Right.
And they had guerrilla warfare. Have you? There's a movie, The Patriot. You ever
Yep.
seen?
Yeah, it was a good
Love the
movie.
Patriot, yeah.
Yeah.
Mel
That
Gibson?
is
Yep. Mel Gibson.
absolute guerrilla warfare, ambushes. You know, because the
We're making
British are
movie
just
references.
walking, marching.
Well, they
down
wanted to
roads
keep
and
it.
stuff,
They wanted
you
to keep it the whole like manly thing. They wanted to have the prim and proper warfare of everybody line up and take a shot and then reload and wait for the other dude to shoot
That's
at
not
you and then
happening.
you shot at it again.
Whose turn
America
is it?
was like, fuck
Whose
that shit,
turn
bro.
is
We've
it?
been fighting Indians for 100 years, bro. Like,
Oh, that's fucked
no,
up.
we gonna be hiding in the trees,
Oh, that's
man. We
fucked up.
gonna be ambushing y'all,
That's
motherfuckers.
fucked up. Half
And
my
just think-
culture is Indian.
And just think, we went to
think
war
about-
with England over 3%
Two culture.
tech,
Two
3%
Indian
tax on
cultures.
tea.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Fighting them
I heard there've been
Indians.
a lot of natives fighting.
Man, we
versus
win
the
if they
British.
didn't have
Yeah,
guns
and
and
with the
shit,
British.
you little
Yeah.
bitches.
You
Little white
and then
motherfuckers.
the War of 1812 was England trying to go for a round two. England tried to come back and try to take over a couple colonies, and we were like, nah, bro. No, we're America.
Yep.
Just get to stepping, fuck around, find out. And they found out.
That's the thing about attacking America directly.
Like what the Japanese emperor said, a gun
That's-
behind every blade of grass.
Extremely hard for
gun behind
our
every blade of
enemies to
grass.
do.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, I said our, but whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, but we go other places and get fucked up
We do.
a lot.
We do. We take a lot of L's.
Yeah.
Like in Afghanistan, man. We were fighting dudes with AK-47s.
Yeah, man,
And
artillery.
we
like-
still couldn't win.
It's like kind of symbolically someone like coming into your house
Yeah.
and you're
And
like
threatening
loaded
your
down
life, yeah.
completely,
Invade a
and they're
state.
just like a couple dudes.
Yeah.
You're one guy, like you're set up good.
It don't matter.
can't go
At
up in
that
someone's
point,
house
it
like
ain't
that.
No more what they don't
And,
matter.
and
It's like
that's
full
what we
people coming
do,
on.
what we try to do.
What happened?
And even though they're not
How
as
you gonna take out
equipped as
four?
we are,
Unless
you know,
Nicolas Cage.
they know
what's
what's up. They put the roads down that the tanks are driving on.
Right. I mean, that's the reason why our highways are built the way they are. They're actually built up to a standard to where tanks can drive on them. Did you know that?
No.
That's the
Didn't
reason
know
why. That's the reason why,
But they're taking out
I-40.
fucking
That's
70
why
lanes.
IEDs were so effective.
Yeah.
You just drive over it and your whole
Not
vehicle
every road
blows up.
a
you know.
tank can drive on.
And they had this.
Right, but highways they can. Any interstate system they can.
that's
A
where-
tank it has to
5
be.
lanes or some shit. 4 or 5 lanes.
billions of dollars gets dumped into equipment to like till up the ground.
There's
to,
so much
like,
money
destroy
being put into
IEDs.
bombs and
Yeah.
fucking
Before you
mass
drive over it.
destruction.
It's like I called an elephant or something.
We could be putting our money
yeah,
into something
something like
else.
that,
They build all types of stuff to fight something that's actually primitive means.
We could be
It
putting
is.
our
Let's
money
put a
into
bomb over the
something
road
else,
and they have them drive over it.
Yeah,
And
I
we're
mean-
going to build a fucking, $100 million for a piece of equipment
Yeah.
and use that to destroy him. Like, just,
Well, I mean, think
how
about.
is she going to do it, I guess? I mean, fucking, I'd just freaking run a stream of jets over it and bomb the whole fucking area.
Right. Well, I mean,
If we're
think-
worried about fucking bombs
think-
being in the road.
Think about that. Okay, so think about like the RPG. It's one of the most mass-produced, cheapest rocket you can buy. It's a rocket-propelled grenade. The reason why it's so effective is because on impact, it has a shape charge in it, and it has a ball of copper in it, and that shape charge heats up the copper, and all it does is make a hole in it, and that copper gets pushed in, and it's molten copper, and all it does is fill the inside of the tanks. We found that out the hard fucking way. Why do you think we have those little bars in front of tanks? That's to stop the RPG to where the RPG will explode and go over the tank. We had to completely, when we were in Vietnam, we had to completely change our tactics. When we were in Afghanistan, we had to completely change our tactics. We spend over $750 billion a year on war. And every time we go to a new place, we have to relearn everything. I mean, you know, literally, it's a bomb casing filled with high explosive that somebody's detonating.
Yeah.
With a tripwire. Like, you know, we're spending $5-10 million on a rocket. Yeah, it can get 20 feet into a bunker. They're not even in that bunker.
Yeah.
But yet they're killing us 20, 30 at a time, blowing up tanks. And I'm not talking about like, you know, some rinky-dink, you know, Chrysler-made tank. I'm talking about A1 Abrams. They're literally shredding those things to bits with a simple bomb casing with high explosive in it. Yeah. I mean, money doesn't solve every problem, and that's one thing that I don't agree with America is we spend so much money on war, but yet
we can't feed our youth.
We can't. Yeah, 1 in 5 kids are starving. The kids that go to school might be the only meal that they have that day is what they have at school.
That's why.
That's sad.
And did you hear about what they're doing over there? They're pulling up everybody's houses. They're on the side of the street that these homeless people have built that is sufficient for them with air and all that shit. Let's take care of them. They're gonna rip all that shit.
Well, they're on public sidewalks.
Where at?
Like
Texas, I thought.
Well, a lot of them are in New York City. A lot
New York or something.
A lot of them are in Florida, Oregon,
shantytowns,
somewhere, whatever. Yeah. New York, somewhere like that, right? They got these damn little miniature homes for homeless people that has been built by people like us that have wanted to put into what needs to be helped. And then guess what? This goddamn government bullshit, this Biden, Donald Trump bullshit, whatever the fuck's going on at that present moment. I don't give a fuck what president you are. You all suck.
Anti-community. You know?
Because it's not even the president's case. It's
because they're not dealing with the actual situation.
Anyway, but they're not dealing with the situation.
Where's J.Cool at?
Joe Cool is somewhere else. I don't know, but they have fucking ripped up these people's goddamn houses, man. What if they were inside those motherfuckers? I'm wondering, was there any of these human beings? Human fucking beings.
Well, see, again, that goes back to like what J. Cool was talking about. We're not going to the root of the problem, and
it's
that
fucking
is
crazy. Did you hear about that, Joe Cool? That they're ripping up people's little miniature homes off the streets of wherever it was.
I think it was like Fort.
I mean, New York, Florida, wherever it was.
And they want to be there. Maybe it's not. Maybe their mental health isn't like all that bad.
I mean, look here. There's somebody on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever, the Facebook Reels. I seen it somewhere. Yeah. There's this guy out there building these little miniature homes, building these miniature homes that they can live in,
or whatever they're spending all their money on. This
guy is doing it himself. Right. And so all this stuff that this guy has done for these people has been destroyed. And a waste of fucking money. Right. A waste of fucking money for this guy.
Because they choose to live that way doesn't mean they're mentally ill. But a lot of our homeless population you can see.
Some of these homeless people shouldn't even be in this position.
And I'm not saying that all homeless people are.
There's military out there to side roads.
Right.
Because of the military. Because of America. Because of America.
Well, think about this, man. 21.
I like the idea.
The motherfuckers' houses got ripped up out of the fucking streets. They have nowhere to go now.
Our forefathers
They had somewhere.
Our forefathers said it with 3 words: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever makes you happy, you should have the freedom to do that.
It's bullshit.
Maybe it shouldn't be on a public sidewalk that you build your house, but hey. What I'm saying though is if we
come on now, there was this guy who made them, and it wasn't a bad thing. We can take care of
the problem, but that's the thing. We treat homeless and we treat the mentally ill as second-class citizens.
Exactly, and it's bullshit.
We treat them as if they're diseased when they're not. They're just trying to find help the best way they can.
Bullshit.
And I mean, we never.
We should not be treating
we throw money at the wrong
like
things.
that. Because we're all in the same boat. We're going down the same goddamn river. We're in the same fucking world. We're dealing with the same goddamn problems. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You're dealing with the same things. Did you wet the bed? Yes, you wet the bed. Everybody's wet the fucking bed. Have you shit the bed? Yes, happened. Yeah, everybody shit the bed. Have you had a dream? Everybody's had a dream. Have you fucking drank liquid out of a fucking cup? Yes, the fuck you have. Have you drank a beer? Probably so. Have you smoked a joint? Probably. Have you fucking sat down in a goddamn chair? Probably fucking so. Have you laid down on the bed? Yes, that's exactly right. Have you watched TV? Probably. If you're an Amish, probably not. But you know what I'm saying? Have you been around a campfire?
To all of our Amish viewers.
Have you been into a house? Yes. Have you been in a camp, a tent, or whatever? Have you jumped on a trampoline? Probably so. Have you worn a hat? Yes. Have you worn a shirt?
All about,
yes.
wow, you're really going.
Get
You're
the
really
fuck out of here.
specific.
You can do
Have you
anything
fucking grilled on the grill?
to
Have you
relate to
fucking
others.
celebrated any fucking holidays?
That's what you gotta
Yes.
connect
We're
with.
all in it together.
It goes
We're
back to
all
what J.
human.
Cool was fucking saying
We're all
in the fucking
humans.
beginning.
We're all humans.
Which is we need to build communities.
Because we're all human.
Why is
And we've all done everything
always
anybody's
man right here got
imagined, man.
food?
Do you have a
I
brother?
wanted to
Yes.
talk
Do you have a
about
sister?
earlier.
Probably. I mean, do you have a
Go
mom?
ahead.
Yeah.
All right,
Was you born from a mom and a dad? Yes.
Let's
I
see
can
what- let's
keep
see what
going.
J. Cool wants
Have you
to say.
saw any cartoons? Yes. A movie? Yes.
Matt, yeah, okay. Let's see what J. Cool wants to say.
I mean, I'm just
Me and
trying
you've
to
been
say.
rambling on for a while. James and J. Cool hasn't really got to talk. Let's see what they want
I
to
might
say.
have rambled, but it was all
Yeah, you
true.
did. It's okay.
It was all
We love
true.
you
I like
anyway.
to say, I've been wanting to talk about this. There's this psychological study in behavioral science, right?
Uh-huh.
It talks about rats. Behavioral scientists work with rats a lot because they're easily trainable, whatever. But they had them.
Say rats.
They had a bunch of rats,
R-A-T-S.
R-A-T-S,
Okay.
in
Like you said,
cages,
rats or rats.
separated from the other rats, right?
Okay.
Fed them normally, watered them normally, whatever.
Water normally.
2 water bottles.
Water
Actually,
the rats.
2 water bottles. This
Water
is
the
the
rats.
difference here. 2 water bottles. They have
2
one water bottle laced with cocaine.
What?
1 water bottle with fresh water.
I wish I was a rat.
Rats separated,
I know a guy that knows a
completely separated in individual cages, never getting to interact at all.
Yeah.
Experimented with the cocaine water, experimented with the fresh water, preferred the cocaine water.
I would presume so.
Yep.
Now,
That's the addictive water.
here's where it gets
That
tricky, though.
water's got addic-
Here's where it gets tricky.
trickiness in it.
So, put rats in a big cage all together. You got 15 rats, right? They can play with each other, they can groom each other, they can be in community, they can love each other, they can play with toys, they can have sex if they want to, whatever.
Right.
They're
Have sex,
connected, they're in their rat community,
You don't
right?
hit the bong.
Put cocaine
Yeah,
water in the
I'm
cage.
fine.
Yeah.
No, it
Put
didn't.
fresh
I have
water
to
in the
get
cage.
one.
Yeah.
They might touch on the cocaine
This
water.
one
Yeah.
from yours.
They might
This,
touch on the
my
fresh
cousin
water.
gave me this
Yeah.
for my birthday. Ain't that cool?
They prefer fresh water.
Right.
So I'm using your swap.
So,
But you can take that to the head.
in
All
behavioral
of it.
sciences, rats
Thanks, heavy
behave
duty.
a
I know
lot
it
like
is.
humans
I know it is.
when it
I
comes
know it
to
is, right?
It's a
It's,
beast.
our training.
it's a
of them.
honey.
Right.
What's this thing called? A bumblebee.
It's heavy as hell.
It's
So,
a brand
ergo,
with the bees. I know it is.
if you're in community,
My cousin's nothing.
You have
but
less
fucking
addiction
heavy-duty shit.
issues.
You should see his working.
Ergo,
Boy
50%
gave
of
me
people,
this. Oculus came
or
from
maybe
them.
even 80% of people with mental health
So,
issues
Yeah.
Yeah.
are addicted.
This shit's dope.
Connect mental health issues and
And this is the
addiction
same bong that Lacey's
with
got.
community.
Do you like that, mate?
Yes, I do actually.
I do too.
Sour
They don't
apple ice.
prefer
Yeah, I like this. 7,000 puffs.
substances.
Yes.
Their
Take
mental
it.
health improves.
Oh no, yeah, sour apple ice. Yeah, it's dope.
Community
It's
solve
definitely got the flavor I wanted. I'll tell you that.
said-
much.
all
said
world
that.
problems.
I do.
Well, and too,
But
if
this
you
is
look
a
at it
different
like
brand,
that too,
this
there's
is
a lot of
like
countries.
probably.
There's a European country, I think it was Sweden, where they legalized
I
all
like it.
drugs.
Because I don't
You
know
could
where
go
the
to a
ice
store
is
and buy
at,
cocaine if
but
you wanted to, whatever.
I get
You know what
sour
happened to
apple.
drug addiction? It went so far down, it became non-existent damn near.
Yeah.
Why? Because it wasn't wrong anymore. Not saying that people do it because it's wrong, but once you have the ability to go out and get what you want, the drive for that goes down.
It does, don't
Okay,
it? Yep.
and it's the same thing with the study they did. They did a study with monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay, what they did was they did
Closest thing to human.
a couple of females along with, like, let's say you have 10 monkeys.
Mice are just as close.
I know.
You know, let's say you have 10
You
to 20.
totally tuned out to my story, but
Let's say you
tuned out
have
to my story. But
let's say you have
Talking about.
let's say you have 10 monkeys, right? And you have 8 males and 2 females.
right?
What's going to happen? Competition,
Yeah.
right? Whatever this touches on evolution. Whatever those 2 females choose, if they choose a monkey with a spot on their head, or with the ability to do something that the other monkeys can't do, guess what those other monkeys are going to start doing? Whatever that monkey did to reproduce.
Yeah.
Thus creating what? Evolution.
Yeah.
And you can look at it in humans. Some of us, I do, have this little tendon right here.
Right.
Some people don't have that tendon.
What's in it? Do I have it?
There's that tendon is actually back when we used to hang on branches. There's a tendon right
Okay,
here.
cool. Well, yeah,
I have,
mean,
I have it on one arm.
I know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do.
Some
Yeah, I
people
know you
have it,
to
some
have
people
it.
don't. Right?
Not have it.
And that's because of,
That
well,
right there.
the ones that could do it were the ones that had the greater hand strength. Well, back in them days, the women chose the men that were more capable.
Right.
Because the more capable you are, the more provider you are. The more provider you are, the less that woman's got to worry about feeding.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
So is it really evolution? Because if you really look at evolution, it just means that we evolved.
Yeah.
Evolution doesn't necessarily mean that we swam in the
Let me
water and
explain.
then all of a sudden we didn't
Yeah.
have gills anymore because
Yeah.
we flopped up on land.
Let me explain.
No,
We evolved through natural selection, is what I believe.
Right. Well, it could also be by natural
Natural selection, which is what you're talking about.
Right.
Selective
of
breeding.
what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of the most capable person,
Right.
which is why we are not Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Yes, we all have 1% Neanderthal in us. Some have more, some have less. Right? Okay.
Right.
But we can all trace it back. But you go by what human selection was.
Yeah.
By what the women selected. Because men chase women. Yeah, women chase men, but for the most part, men chase women.
Yeah. But you have to be that certain.
Because you want to reproduce.
actually reproduce
You're ingrained
with
as a
that
human
certain
being
woman, you know?
to be social and to reproduce.
Yeah. But reproducing, I think, comes from the 2 people. I mean, sometimes it's like a mistake. Okay, whatever. There's
Well,
a
I
lot
mean-
of people that say that, but I don't think any child is
No,
a mistake.
I don't think it's a mistake.
I don't think any child's a mistake.
I don't think life is ever a mistake.
But let's segue into what I want to talk about real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, so with this evolution thing, I already believe in this evolution thing. But let's do this real quick, okay? So think about this for a quick minute. When you are born, or before you're born, you're an embryo, you're a fetus, you're whatever. Then you're born, and then you are a baby. Then you go from a baby to a toddler to an adolescent teenager to a fucking adult. Evolution.
You're just evolving, but that's not evolving so much as growth. But at the same time,
well, you're still going through a lot of evolution.
Learning.
right.
You're going through a lot of
Evolution is a lot of
evolution.
things, though. Again, it's like with the mental health thing. PTSD is a blanket terminology that it means so much more than just like what vets deal with.
Right.
Evolution is just a blanket term for something becoming more suitable for their environment.
Right.
Okay? I know a lot of Hispanics. They're used to hot temperatures.
Right.
Yeah.
They like it when it's hot. When it's 50, 60 degrees and we're comfortable, 70 degrees and we're comfortable, yeah, they're wearing jackets. Because their body is more suitable for high. That's why they're tan. That's why black people are so black in Africa. Why? Because it's hot all the time and there's a lot of sun.
Yeah, that's true.
Where we come from, it's more northern parts of Europe where there's not a whole lot of sun. We have colder parts, colder climates. We have seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Africa doesn't really have a whole lot of seasons. It's wet and dry. You don't really have a cool spell.
Right. That's true.
I mean, that's the reason why I'm redheaded.
Yeah.
Is because with gingers alone, gingers are we absorb the sun, we absorb vitamin D 400 times faster than someone that's tanned.
Yeah.
Because we're white. We don't have the melatonin to protect us from the sun, so we absorb it more. But at the same time, we're also the least likely to get different types of cancers. But at the same time, you're not as prone to get melanoma and skin cancer as I would be. Why? Because you have melatonin a higher percentage than I do.
Yeah.
It's because my ancestors came from Northern Europe, where the sun wasn't as hot or as focused as it is everywhere else.
It's actually just
Because your dad's really white. Your dad's really white.
Well, my mom's more white than my dad.
Well, they both really white.
But you were saying
melanin is
They're really
correct
white.
pronunciation.
yeah, melanin. I'm sorry.
I don't even know how you.
That's that part of my frontal lobe, man. It messes up my
I don't
words.
know what to like freaking reply and be like. Hey,
I don't know
it's
how you
melanin.
became a redhead.
Yeah, it's what did I say? Melatonin.
Yeah.
Yeah, melatonin is what's in your brain to help you sleep. But yeah, melanin. The melanin in your skin. The more melanin you have, the least likely you are to absorb the sun's rays.
Yeah.
You can be outside longer.
Yeah.
I don't have melanin to save my ass from the sun. So what happens? I pretty much jerkify when I get into the sun because I absorb it like a solar panel. Because I come from a part of the world. Right. I come from a darker.
In your
I just come from a part of the world that doesn't get the sun like everybody else.
You got red all in your face.
And we
You're already
also
red.
can have advantages.
You can be in the.
on
You
top.
can be in the sun.
We have
like
advantages
10
because of that. You know?
Right. There's
And
advantages.
advantages and disadvantages.
Right. If you look at sub-Saharan
melanoma or whatever that is.
Right.
Skin cancer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you look at sub-Saharan Africans, right? They have enlarged nostrils and they have extra muscles in their legs. Why? Well, because they're used to running a lot. Because there's a lot of dangerous animals, right?
Yeah.
The more northern you go up towards, more towards Europe, you don't have those things because there's not lions on your doorstep that are ready to pounce on you and eat you. So you don't have to run as much. You're
Common sense.
you adapt to your surroundings.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's totally true. We were talking about
Right.
the Tarzan
Like, yeah.
baby the other day at the pool.
Genetics.
Me and you, Joe Cool. And
Genetics
that
genetics
kind of
is
like
big.
segues
Yeah, it
into
is.
that.
It
Like,
means
a human
everything for a
baby.
person.
It really does. That's the building blocks of your life.
A human baby could be raised by a pack of monkeys.
Well, I mean, there's been statistics.
And not Harambe either.
Well, like there have been studies where they have found children that were raised by animals. They're look at how gorillas, for example. Yeah, gorillas
We're
are
closer
dangerous.
to monkeys,
But
and mice.
a gorilla also knows that we kind of look like them. They're
Children
kinda-
that were raised by animals and then acculturated into normal
It'd be
society?
hard. It would be hard.
There are a few examples of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
there is. Yeah.
And honestly, if you look at like
I was
Harambe,
trying to explain this, but I couldn't.
if you honestly look at Harambe and other
That was a freak
gorilla
accident.
attacks,
That was a freak
the gorilla is
accident.
actually trying to protect that
Yeah.
child. That's the reason why they run up to it, because they're protecting it. They don't know quite what it is, but they also know that it's not its enemy. They're just trying to protect it. We just take it as, oh shit, that 450-pound gorilla is going to tear that child to shreds because it's so much stronger than a normal human. I mean, apes.
They don't know that. They don't know how to use their strength to
Right.
accommodate a person.
Right. We just freak out and shoot them.
Yeah.
Because that survival kicks in, that fight or flight. Your first instinct is
they
protect
might
the
think
child.
that
Yeah, exactly. That,
Us
I
can
mean, I
fight
would,
them
you know,
just as
of course.
well as they can fight us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so that even in that sense, that even if they do want to fight. you know.
And one of the greatest things that separate us from a lot of, like, well, especially monkeys, is we hold on to fat cells differently than they do. That's the reason why monkeys are so afraid of water, because they can't swim. Because people that are very muscular have a hard time swimming, because muscle doesn't float.
Yeah.
You sink.
Yeah.
Humans are more adapt to water because we can float.
Yeah.
Now, the skinnier you are, the harder it is for you to swim. I found that out. I lost 160 pounds.
Michael Phelps.
Let me tell you.
He's supreme. He's really lean.
Right. Let me tell you,
But
when
he's
I was
also-
410
he's just a beast,
pounds,
so-
I could float like a... Look,
Yeah.
bro, When I was 410 pounds, I could float like a turd, okay? I could float like a bobber.
Yeah.
When I lost all that weight and I jumped into a pool, I damn near drowned.
I'll tell you this.
Why? Because I had to work more, because I didn't have so much fat keeping my ass up. I have a lot harder time floating.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I like to think.
I would never be able to tell you weighed 450 pounds.
Really? Yeah. At my heaviest, I was 410 pounds.
As
How much you weigh now?
his witness, he
250.
this right here, this transformation of my cousin is not my cousin.
Like, I literally lost what Matt weighs.
This is not what I know.
Yeah.
This
And
smallness, I do not know.
And
this.
that's one of those things, like, personally, me
Not
personally.
saying it in a bad way, but I have never known you.
To be skinny? Skinnier?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't even see 250 on you.
Yeah.
You're not a big guy.
It's because I'm so tall.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I'm so tall, I carry my weight a lot better than somebody that's shorter. If I was like
Right.
5'10",
My wife is like 250, and she's a big lady.
Okay, how much
Yeah.
is that? How much is
I
that
know.
weight?
I mean,
She is.
hopefully the
220?
fuck she doesn't listen to this.
225. What do you
Oh
weigh?
shit! Edit that out.
220,
Edit-
Really?
take that out.
217,
Please.
somewhere around there.
I
Yeah.
think she will.
Yeah,
I don't know. She might. So please.
This
take
is
that.
like an hour and a half
good
in.
guess.
I don't
Really
know.
good guess.
Please take that out.
I'm a phenomenal swimmer, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, I swim really well.
What did you say?
Hour and 40. So I gotta.
Please
be
take
like
it out.
way
What did you
before
say?
I have to-
Just stop it right now.
Okay, hold on.
No, we don't have to stop
Yeah,
it. I have to edit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it'll be
he-
easier to edit if you do this.
Oh.
Stop.
And welcome to
The High as Fuck Podcast with your boys. The Frequency Podcast.
Did I say that?
I said High as Fuck Podcast. Start over.
Well, we here. We there. We're everywhere. Dude, we're in the McDonald's. We're in the McDonald's parking.
This is the High as Fuck Podcast. With your boys.
Matt Jackson.
And Joe Jedi. Joe motherfucking cool. What's up, y'all?
How you fucking doing?
Oh my god.
We're sitting
Y'all,
here in McDonald's.
we're sitting here in the McDonald's parking lot, dude.
We had
We're here.
a coupon
Chilling. We had a coupon
for a 2 large
for
fries.
2 large fries
and a 20
and a
piece
20-piece nugget.
for a
So
certain price.
we just ordered 2 large fries and a 20-piece nugget and 2 large drinks. We're gonna go and eat and be fucking high and
As
just
fucking
chill,
gas.
dude. We took a couple shrooms.
Dude, I'm still going.
Oh my god! I'm so tingly, dude.
I think,
My
like-
skin.
I think, I am like living on a string, as they say.
Living on a string.
Living on a string. Like, I know what is and what ain't. But I know the fuck I ate some shrooms. And I know that is real. I know
That
that's
is real. That's true. It
We
happened.
ate some shrooms.
We ate some shrooms.
Lordy.
This has now become a food review.
And we love
McDonald's fries. Crispy,